Hello, everybody. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Welcome to Critical Beauty. We're just waiting for our guests to enter the chat room before we start this discussion on Miss World. Hi, Jonathan. How are you? I'm fine. Wonderful. I'm doing amazing. Did you watch the head-to-head challenge and also the talent competition? Let me know what you think if you did. All right, let me see. We have 5 people watching. Now jump to 10 people watching. Let me know, guys, where you're watching from, what part of the world you're watching from. Let me know. I want to know where my audience is. Okay, Julio just texted me. He said he's having some internet connections. Let's see, and Antonio, I think earlier he told me he had to go to the gym to do some workout. So I don't know if he's still in the gym or he's taking a shower. Who knows? And George, the pageant empress, might be joining us. So I can't wait to see George. Should be very interesting. All right, let's just see what's going on here. Okay. Hi, Kurt. How are you? Jonathan said, yes, Miss Indonesia was superb. Yes, she was, and she truly, truly deserved it. She truly deserved it. Antonio is in the room. Let us welcome him. You're watching from Massachusetts. Oh, okay. Wonderful. Where at in Massachusetts? I'm near Providence, Rhode Island, so we could be neighbors. Hey, Antonio. Hi, Jordan. And hi, Kurt. Ogden,
Hello, everybody.
Utah. Hello, my friends in Ogden, Utah. Utah is a beautiful state. I've been there a couple of times. Beautiful nature, lush. Salt Lake City is beautiful, one of those beautiful cities in America. So, Antonio, I'm just reading the notes from our
Don't
viewers.
worry. I'm so sorry for everybody. I was a little bit late. I was having technical issues, so I'm so sorry for my 9 minutes delay.
Well, you're not alone because Julio is trying to connect,
Oh,
and
okay.
he's trying to connect because he said he's having some difficulty. So he's going to try again. Well, where I live, we have thunderstorm. It's been raining all day long. It's going to be raining all weekend long. So luckily, fingers crossed, the internet connection is not going to be interrupted at all.
Fingers crossed will be fine. For me, it's getting sunny. It has been raining maybe the last 10 days, but now it's getting sunny in Vancouver.
So wait, you're in Victoria, right?
No, I moved to Vancouver 1 year and a half ago. I live in Vancouver now.
Oh, okay. How do you like it?
Oh, I like it now. Yeah, I love it. It's more like like a big city. So a lot of things happening here. So I really enjoy living in Vancouver. And I'm living in Yaletown, that is in downtown. So I'm very, very happy.
Wonderful. Now, do you live in an apartment, a condominium?
I live in a condo. Yeah.
In a condo. Okay.
Yeah, with my partner.
With your partner. How's everything going between you and him?
He's doing great. Yeah, he's actually behind me right now.
No one can see me. What is
No
his
way cannot see
name?
you.
Is he shy?
He's shy. He's a little bit shy.
Okay.
But he's laughing.
That's wonderful. Yeah, so I was just before you entered the chat room, I was asking our viewers if they saw the two challenges so far, the head-to-head challenge and also the Beauty with a Purpose videos.
Yeah.
Because as you know, there's over what 108 delegates this year, I believe.
I think 108. Yeah.
Yes, and it's less than last year. Because last
Yeah.
year, how many did they have? Like 124?
Something like that. But yeah, it was
Yeah.
a decreasing number for sure.
Yeah. So I don't know what happened to the other contestants. I know, well, there's no, a lot of important countries are missing this year. Uh, Costa Rica is not here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Aruba is not there either.
Aruba is not there. Russia, did they have Russia
Russia.
last year?
Yeah,
Because
I don't recall.
they have Ukraine this year, but not Russia. And for the second consecutive year, the Bahamas.
The Bahamas. Oh, the Bahamas is shocking. And Sweden, I think, no, not
It's
Sweden.
not.
There's a Nordic country. I think it's Norway is also not there.
Norway's not it's not here.
Yeah.
What else? Let me see. Lesotho, Slovakia.
Oh yeah, that she was great. I don't know what happened to her, so I was feeling so bad.
In Slovakia and also Tanzania.
Oh, Tanzania is good,
Yeah.
for Africa. That was surprising. Oh, Switzerland, I think too.
Switzerland. And of course, we know what happened with Korea, right?
Yes, like she has an accident, so she's yeah.
She had an accident. What was she doing? Was she like she broke her ankle or her leg or something like that? And she was hospitalized. It was very, very serious. So her doctor told her, "I'm sorry, but you cannot travel. You need some rest and you have to stay." Okay. So
Oh,
I,
so
I
sad
feel
for
bad
her.
for her. I really feel bad.
Oh, Julio is saying
Um,
that he preparing meeting. Strange. Let me
huh? What?
send.
Yeah, that's what Julio told me. Julio, you need to reboot so you can enter the chat room. Hi Naveed, Naveed from India, my good friend Naveed. How are you, Naveed? And hello, Antonio, he also said.
Hello.
Jonathan, okay, so you're right outside Boston in Norwood. Wow, that's not too far away from where I live. Norwood is about half an hour away from my town. So we should get together and hook up, have coffee or something, talk about pageants. And just before you entered, Antonio, I told the audience that George of the Pageant Empress will be joining us
Yes, that's great.
at the
Yeah.
very last minute. I asked him, well, Antonio wants us to give our predictions. And he said, no, I can't do that because there are two more challenges.
No, but
And
for by now, I
but
mean,
for
I'm
the
not.
time, yeah, for now,
Yeah.
so far. So I think I pretty much an idea. But I bet you 100% two countries will definitely make the top 10, Somalia and France.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, and they are both in my top 8. So
Yes. Because you know what happened? If you guys saw
yeah.
the head-to-head challenge, Somalia gave a very emotional, very touching, very moving speech about her Beauty with a Purpose project, which is FGM, female genital mutilation.
Mutilation. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was really, really shocked. Did you know that FGM is practiced in most African countries still, and some parts of the Middle East? And
Yeah.
apparently, it's a very old tradition.
I know.
It's
Yeah, it's terrible. And what happened to her, how she explained it just, yeah, heartbroken.
it's very, very troubling. So I can, and also, by the way, people, migrants, by the way, from those countries where FGM is practiced, when they move to a Western country, they continue to practice it, even though it's against the law of that Western country. I know in the UK, I've heard of several cases of FGM. In the United States, it's illegal. In Canada, I think it's
Yeah.
illegal. In the UK, it's illegal, but people do it. People still do it. So I think it's a very, very touchy, very important topic. And I think it really needs to stop. It's horrific. There's just no justification for it. There's just no justification. Let me know, people, if you agree. Stephen Anderson. Hi, Stephen. How are you? Stephen, let me know where are you watching the show? Are you in California? I forget. You mentioned it before, I think. So where are you watching? Guam is missing this year, somebody said. Guam is not here. Well, Guam has not participated in a very long time.
Yeah,
Uh,
one has in a long time, exactly. But
yeah,
and there's Antigua. Normally the Caribbean sends, a lot of girls, and these years they are not. So I don't know what happened.
yeah. Well, maybe if any of you guys would be interested in getting the franchise for Guam.
Or for US Virgin Islands, they're not there either, and they are kind of like
Yeah,
equal territory.
maybe it's available. And I think they're looking for a new franchise for the Bahamas because Michelle Malcolm decided not to renew the franchise for the Bahamas. That's why she gave it up. So we're missing Bahamas this year, and all the Latin countries except for Costa Rica is present. Lesotho is not there. Uruguay, we don't have
Uruguay's
Uruguay.
not there either. Yeah, but Uruguay always
Shocking,
send weak contestants, so
shocking. And North Macedonia is competing for the first time after they changed the name.
they send the name. Yes.
Did you guys know that? It used to be called Macedonia, but there was a political problem between which is now North Macedonia and Greece, because there's the northern part of Greece, there's a province called Macedonia. And the Greeks did not like the idea of another country copying their name. So in order to prevent confusion, the Greeks urged the North Macedonians to add North to Macedonia so as not to confuse with the Greek
Oh,
province of Macedonia. Yeah.
I didn't know that, so it's good to know. Good,
Yeah.
good for
I don't
learning.
know. When I think of Macedonia, I think of Miss Grand Macedonia 2015.
Yeah, me too. That's why. You're right.
She was the original Miss Grand, like Miss Grand, okay? She
Yeah,
started the whole thing, the
she
whole
was the one
LGBT
who started.
movement.
Yes,
She was the one who started thing. So, God, and I think when she competed there, she was already what, over age? She was like
she
35?
was like 35. I think she was 35. Yeah,
She was
and she
35.
lied, I think, with her passport or something like that.
And then she sent herself because nobody else
Yeah,
wanted to send her, okay? And I mean this was back in 2015 when Miss Grand was still not very popular, and they would just accept anybody they wanted
yeah.
just to add bodies on stage. So, but
Well,
she's
they still kind of do that, but
yeah, I mean she basically, stole the show.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. So, Stephen, you're from Colorado. Okay. Another beautiful state. Been there. Beautiful mountains. I was there twice. I actually I took the train Amtrak from Boston to San Francisco, and we passed through Colorado during winter. And
Oh,
when my
beautiful.
train passed, as soon as we entered Denver, you could see all those beautiful mountains in the background. It felt like Switzerland or Austria in the wintertime, Colorado. So I've never been to Colorado. Antonio, go.
Yeah, no, Colorado is one, I would like to visit at one point. Yeah.
Definitely. Jonathan says, "Oh yeah, definitely. We need to hang out. I've been a fan supporter for many years. That'll be amazing. Let me know what, and we can do something." Okay, great. That's awesome, Jonathan. Naveed is watching from the neighboring state of Telangana, which is Karnataka.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Um,
he can tell us, what are
y-
the favorites in India.
yeah, yeah. Naveed, tell us who the Indian people are rooting for as the winner this year, because I'm sure um, you know. I really don't know how much the Indian media is covering the activities, the pageant, because like 2 years, like last time there wasn't much coverage. I don't remember, the Indian press
Yeah,
covering
me
the
me neither.
pageant.
I think that this year is bigger, though. I
It's
think
bigger
that
this
they have
year.
a better coverage this year than last year, for sure.
Okay, because I think they have more money too. The
Yeah,
government,
the
the
government.
government
Yeah.
is supporting the pageant, so they've money to spend. Critical Beauty might have a correspondent in India. We have my good Indian friend Sandeep is going to attend the rehearsals and the finals, so he might cover those events for Critical Beauty. So I asked our good friend Enrique to help Sandeep get a press pass. So hopefully he will be able to cover the pageant. Okay, wonderful. Hi, Antonio. My name is Antonia, and I think we look good together. Okay. Oh, Antonio froze. What happened? What happened to the people? Okay, I think we're having some bad connection. Okay, so we're gonna continue waiting. I think Julio was almost there. I don't know what happened to Julio.
Hello,
Julio,
I'm back. Yeah.
yeah, Julio was I swear to God, I saw Julio. What happened? I don't know what happened.
He's telling me what he said. Oh, that he's having problem. Hi, Antonio. I'm Antonia, and I think we look good together.
Together.
Hello. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Antonio and Antonia. Woohoo.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are rooting for Nandini, Miss India, of course. You have to support your homegirl. Okay. What? Yun my live si Rafa. Yes, Stagged live. Mabuhay, Philippines. Any Filipinos watching? Hello, Tito Rafa and Antonio. Hi, Jan. My Jan, how have you been? I've never heard from you. We miss you. We miss your comments.
Hey,
Thank you
Jam.
for
Yes.
watching.
How are you?
Thank you for watching again. So if you guys have any opinions about the current Miss World, the activities that have been held so far, the Beauty with a Purpose videos, if you guys saw all the videos, I'm going to applaud you. I'm going to give you a big hand, okay? It
We
was
did.
it was a challenge to sit like
Yeah.
I literally spent like over almost 6 hours just watching
Yeah.
every Beauty with a Purpose video, okay?
I agree.
And of course, after that, the head-to-head challenge. And as you notice, some of the girls during the head-to-head challenge, they did not really uh elaborate on their Beauty with a Purpose projects under video and vice versa. So I don't know if they're going to lose some points for that, or but then again, knowing Julia Morley, I don't think it really matters to her.
But something that happens is funny. I watch all the Beauty with a Purpose projects as well, and there were some videos that they were like amazing presented. Like they really explain what was the problem, what they did, the impact, the results, and what they're planning to do in the future. But there were some videos that they were just so bad,
Yes.
and I
No
was so sad.
effort. Yeah,
No
no
efforts. Yeah.
no effort, and also there was no consistency as far as how long each video should last. The
Yes.
shortest video I think is, oh my God, I had it. I had
1 minute and 20 seconds. I don't.
is Slovenia.
Slovenia. Yeah.
In Slovenia, Beauty with a Purpose video only lasted for a minute and 4 seconds or something. And the longest is Poland's, which is almost 11 minutes long.
Yeah,
Okay.
Poland was, and she didn't say any. I mean, I didn't know what she was saying. But again, it's. I hope, to be honest, that this time the top 8 or 10, whatever, for Beautiful with a Purpose is not by continents, because in my opinion, Asia is so strong.
Yes, I
It
agree.
would not be fair, to give them to Europe that their projects like no
Right.
way equal to the Asian region.
Yeah, we can talk about that too, because I noticed with the videos, the Asian girls, their videos look very professional. They really
Yeah,
took a lot of time and effort.
yeah.
But with the head-to-head challenge, I think that the African girls did better in
Oh, me too.
terms of expressing themselves and
Yeah.
communicating themselves.
And
So,
exactly. And something that I'm not sure you agree with me, Rafa, or people who are watching. I think obviously Somalia's presentation was amazing. Like everybody know what happened. But if you watch her video with a purpose, she doesn't deserve to be in the cut on the best 20 projects, in my opinion. You know why? Because she explained very good what is the problem, what is happening in Somalia, about what happened to her.
yeah,
But in the video, she always explained that she created a social
a
project,
foundation, like, yeah, okay.
the logo, but that's it. She didn't show how many people she has helped, what she has been doing, nothing.
Oh, okay.
If you compare with, for example, Indonesia,
Mhm.
Vietnam, Malaysia, that you
And
see how
yes,
many people you see the girls doing things, they deserve in my opinion. Maybe you
Yes.
guys agree with me. Let me know. Again,
I think,
she,
yeah.
yeah,
Well, I agree with you 100% because I didn't think it was fair. As you know, the Miss World organization just published the top 20 for the head-to-head challenge.
yeah,
And I was surprised that some of the girls whom I thought were going to be there
yeah,
were totally shut out. So I was like totally shocked. But you know what? It is what it is. You just have to
yeah,
accept what they're looking for because we're not the judges. And they're the ones who are actually observing the girls, their behavior, how they treat each other, how they treat the
yeah.
organization, and so forth and so on. So maybe all these things also count, in India, but who knows? Um,
I think Julio's here, or
I don't see him. I don't
I
see him
can
at
see
all.
Julio Rodriguez. You cannot see the his name.
I can see his screen, but he's not.
Oh,
I don't see his video.
oh, Julio, are you there?
I don't see his video at all. Okay, so hi Neil. Hello, Uncle. Hi Neil. How are you? Okay, what do you guys think about India and the Philippines exclusion from the top 20 of head-to-head challenge? You know, how do you explain? I mean, we have two amazing young women, India
Yeah.
and Philippines.
I, I,
I don't know.
to be
It's
honest,
it all boils down to preference, I guess, to personal choice. You
I
think?
agree. I mean, I think India was one of the best speakers. Philippines, she did well, but I think that at least five girls did better than her in
Well,
the speaking.
yeah.
But I was surprised I didn't see Nepal there. That for me, Nepal,
Oh my God. Yeah. Can we talk about Nepal?
yeah,
Not only was her video amazing,
yeah,
another well-produced video, but head-to-head challenge speech was also phenomenal. And I noticed too, and I think I told you that there were at least six Asian girls doing the head-to-head challenge who did not use any tools. They did not have any iPhones, no notebooks, nothing at all. They just spoke spontaneously from the heart. You
yeah,
can tell that those girls knew exactly what their Beauty with a Purpose project is. They knew everything in their
yeah,
heart, in their mind, and they did not need any book, any notes, any iPhone to look at. Okay, because that would have been very annoying. So I really applaud those girls who did not rely on any reading materials to be able to express, their beauty with a
exactly.
purpose.
If you
So
see me in my phone, it's because I'm taking screen captures of what were my favorites for the beauty with a purpose. And then I will see also my list of the head to head because I literally, as you say, I spent like 6 hours watching like everything. So
right, yeah. Oh, poor Julio texted me. He said, I'm watching, but my microphone and video is not working in the computer and it does not
oh
open it on the phone. Oh, is there any way you can probably reboot, restart? Because I know things like that happen. Anyway, um, Stephen said, I think Miss Somalia lives outside Somalia. Maybe the reason for a video. Yes, you're right.
yeah,
She lives in London. She was crowned
yeah,
in
in
London,
London,
right?
yeah,
She was crowned in London because, as you know, I don't think pageants are allowed in Somalia for obvious reasons, because it's a very conservative, strict Muslim country,
yeah,
and they don't allow their women to show any type of skin, maybe face, but they need to wear the hijab and whatnot. So pageants are definitely not allowed. But once a Somalian women go to move to the West, then they feel more free. They can do whatever they want, and even to the point of getting a lot of hatred from their own people. Which is unfortunate, which is really sad. I mean, there's still a lot of forces out there who think that women should not have any rights, or women should stay in the kitchen, that their job is basically to give birth to as many children as they can.
yeah,
And that really has to change. Okay. That's a
totally,
horrible,
100%.
horrible, horrible, horrible mentality. Um, yeah, India and Philippines did not make the top 20 of head-to-head challenge. Stephen says, okay, yeah. Somalia lives in London, but isn't she gorgeous? You
Oh,
cannot miss
gorgeous,
Somalia's
gorgeous,
beauty face.
gorgeous,
Now,
gorgeous.
as you know, the last 6 or 7 Miss World winners, they all have gorgeous, beautiful faces. So I wouldn't be surprised if they pick Somalia as the
Yeah.
winner. Not only is her Beauty with a Purpose very strong and very impactful, but she's the kind of beauty queen
Yeah.
that you never get tired of looking at over and
Yeah.
over again because
Yeah.
her face is just beautiful. It's just
Plus,
gorgeous.
plus she speaks so well. Like you are like you just want to hear to see to listen her opinion. She's
Exactly.
perfect.
Yes, exactly. So we're all waiting for Somalia. Charlie says Julia wanted to yank the franchise from Arnold to give it to Stella Marquez. No
Hmm?
way the Philippines would place anywhere. Really?
No, that's not true. I'm not sure about the Stella, but of Philippines, when they send strong candidates, they will place. Come on, you have Megan Young, the perfect Miss World. She won, and
Yeah.
everybody knew that she was going to win.
Yeah, and I think Stella retired because she's old. She's like in her 80s. And she didn't show up in last year's. Did she show up in last year's Binibining Pilipinas contest? I don't remember. But she looks very sickly, very frail, and I don't think she has
Oh,
the energy to take over Miss World Philippines.
no.
No. And Arnold is doing a good job. Arnold
Yeah.
Vigafria, he's doing a very good job. All right, here's Julio trying to enter. Hopefully he can make it.
Yay.
All right. Seriously, how India and Philippines excluded from head-to-head challenge? That's unfair. Yeah, I think a lot of people feel the same. Okay, pageant fan from New York asks, any comments on the new format of Miss World? Do we like the format of the new format of Miss World?
I have a mixed feelings. I mean, first, I like that every continent will be represented. I like that, the top 40. What I don't like is like the top four at the end, it will be one per continent. And why I'm not agree, because I really think that Asia is the strongest continent this year, and it's unfair that only one girl of Asia will make it in the final four. Hey,
Uh-huh.
Julio.
Julio, you made it. Okay, can you unmute yourself? I can't hear you. Unmute. All right, so he finally made it.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Finally,
How are you,
I I
Julio,
had
darling?
I had to reboot the phones because I don't know what happened.
Well, the most important thing is you're here, that you made it. Now you are based in Lima, Peru.
Yes,
Okay. So Lima is it's 9:33 in the evening here in Boston, in Massachusetts. And I think in Lima it's what, 8:33? So
8:33.
yeah, so you're 1 hour behind.
One
And
hour left.
Antonio is in the West Coast, so he's 3 hours behind Massachusetts. Yeah, so just before you entered, you've been listening, Julio. So a lot of fans are wondering about India and Philippines not making the top 20 of head-to-head challenge. Do you have any opinion as to why they were not included in the list?
Well, in Asia, there are a lot of surprises for me because I thought that Vietnam, India, Philippines, uh, and Indonesia were going to make it, but they didn't. So maybe Julia Morley has some surprises for us in the final line.
Exactly, exactly. Well, as you know, okay, just because your favorite candidate did not make any of the lists in the challenges does not mean that she's not going to win Miss World.
Yes.
Remember last year's winner, Christina? She did not win any challenge. She was like in the top model, top 10, and another minor challenge, but that's
No,
about
no,
it.
no, Beauty with a Purpose. She
Beauty with
was
a
top.
purpose. She was the
Yeah,
top 10 beauty with a purpose.
yeah.
Yes. But how often does a girl who has one of the best Beauty with a Purpose videos or programs uh end up winning Miss World? It's not very often, is it?
Yeah,
So
not
I
very
don't know.
often.
So again, Beauty with a Purpose is just to me personally, I think Beauty with a Purpose is only an advertisement and it's a marketing ploy. Every pageant has to have their own project, their own motto, their own advocacy, and BWAP happens to be Miss World's trademark now.
Yeah.
So, which is good. Um, Yeah, so Juliet yanking the franchise from Arnold. I don't think it's going to happen, Charlie. No. Uh, do you know what is the topic of head-to-head challenge today? So today, the top 20 girls are going to battle it out. And Julio, today's challenge is going to take place at the Trident Hotel, correct?
I guess so.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
The final from for head to head is in the in the Trident Hotel,
in the Trident
but
Hotel. Yeah.
the semifinal of head to head was in T-Hub.
That's right. Yeah, you did correct me, and I appreciate that. Thank you. But did you notice though the head-to-head challenge last year, the venue was much better and bigger.
Yes, for sure.
Yes. Did you know? Did you notice that? And
Yes.
they have several cameras and they focus on the speaker, on the judges, on Julia, on Carolina and whatnot. And then this year, it was kind of plain and boring. It
No,
was
but
like,
let
what
me
was that?
let me correct because maybe I'm wrong, but last year the semifinals we didn't watch the semifinals, and the semifinals were also in the same I think in a hotel like what we just watched, and the finals were in that beautiful area because
The
we
big
didn't watch
conference
the
room.
semifinals last year. We didn't see
Okay.
the speeches of the girls.
Oh, okay.
We only
So,
watched the videos of the top 25. I think it was last year.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully the next venue is going to be, just as pretty as
Yeah.
the first one. Okay, Stephen says, I like the format for Miss World, not other pageants like Miss Universe. Yes. I think a lot of us, if you're a diehard Miss World fan, you will probably agree with everything what the Miss World organization does anyway,
Yeah.
right?
It's true. I mean, I
Yeah.
do.
Like Antonio does not have anything bad to say about Miss World. Go figure. Do you have
No,
anything bad to
I
say?
have my things, but yeah, I'm biased. I have to say I'm biased. It's my favorite pageant, so
There you go. If your favorite pageant, then you
yeah.
tend to criticize it less. Okay.
Yes, agree,
I mean, I
agree.
love my favorite pageant
Same
still
for me.
is Miss Universe, because I grew up watching Miss Universe. I've been criticizing and analyzing Miss Universe for many, many years. And I can be as critical as possible with
Yeah.
it. You know,
Oh,
this is, yeah, if you don't criticize constructively, there will never be any progress or change,
yeah.
because a lot of people think that if you criticize, you're complaining. Not
Yeah.
necessarily.
No,
Not
agree.
necessarily.
I can tell you my only criticize I have for Miss World, because for me is I hope they will change the finals. It will be more entertainment and more competition. That's my thing. I would like to see more competition in Miss World. And just before everybody talks, I hate the swimsuit competition. I'm so glad that Miss World does not have a Miss swimsuit competition. But for Miss World, I love that Miss Universe has a swimsuit competition. So there's two different pageants to watch. Swimsuit, I love it in Miss Universe. Miss World is different, and I love that. So it's just different pageants.
But do you think, though, that Miss World would probably increase its audience if they brought back the swimsuit
No,
competition?
I don't. Maybe in Asia, but I'm gonna tell you, in my opinion, Julia is a woman of vision. Like if you compare Miss World with the enemy, Miss Universe will disappear before Miss World. And you know why? Because Miss World Julia adapts to the changes of the society. It's true. Like they cut the swimsuit competition for the finals in 1997, I think, right, Julio, and they still have a lot of people following. The winner is amazing. Miss Universe is going to bankruptcy in the next 5 years, because they
Well,
still think that way.
well, maybe right now Miss Universe is, struggling financially, but you never know. Maybe
Yeah, you're
5 years
right.
from
We never know.
now, somebody else, who loves pageant and who has a lot of money will take over Miss
Yeah.
Universe. And
Maybe Rafa. Maybe Rafa.
huh?
Yes, Rafa. Take over
Julio,
Miss
what did you say,
Universe.
Julio?
Maybe Rafa.
Oh, yeah, right. If I won the lottery, yes, definitely. I will take over Miss Universe, okay? I will take over Miss
I
Universe. I
want to
will.
be your vice president, please.
Yes, Julio is going to be my vice president, and then George will be my creative director because he's very creative.
Yes.
Okay,
I'll do
and then
all the photo
Antonio,
shoots.
what position would you like?
Oh my gosh.
Would you like to be the chaperone of the title holder?
I will do no, I don't know. I will do the business behind the business. The franchises, the one who in charge of the franchises.
Oh, the global licensing.
Yes, that will be me.
And anybody, my loyal followers, okay, I will consider you as my future judges. Okay, so that's why you need to keep following me. Okay, and by the way, to everyone who is watching this channel for the first time, welcome. Okay, wherever you are, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and please help support this channel grow. And I would really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so I don't know what happened to George.
Well, George, he will be back, I'm sure.
Okay, so I'm just reading some of the comments here. Okay, so everybody likes the new format of Miss World. Stephen says, yeah, Miss Somalia grew up in the United Kingdom. Philippines is doing well. She was already in the top 32 of Sports Challenge and top 24 of talent competition. Yeah, Philippines is doing very, very well.
Yeah, she's doing well. And we're still, the two main competitions are still, to complete, so.
And of course, if you want to talk about...
We have 3 more competitions because also multimedia is missing.
The multimedia.
Yeah, multimedia is one of the last.
Oh, yes. I forgot about that one.
So three more challenges, people.
Yeah.
All right, 3 more challenges. Yeah, so going back to the Philippines now, Philippines this year is very strong, and the Indian media loves her. They love to interview Philippines, and she's always very well dressed. She's always very stylish. She has some of the best clothes, to wear. Charlie says Megan Young won because France told the judges not to crown her. I thought this was known. Arnold isn't doing a great job, and the Miss World organization no longer trusts him. Really? Is this a rumor? Is this true?
No, it's a rumor for sure.
People just wants to create stuff. Okay, just so people and something also, to talk about.
Do you remember in Megan's year? I think she was dominating the leaderboard when they still used to have the leaderboard. Remember, like a few years ago, like Megan won top model. She was like dominating it. So I don't think it's true. Like France was there, but no, Megan deserves to win the blue crown.
Yes.
So do not spread fake rumors, guys.
Now, do we know who is going to be the host for the finals or co-hosts? No, because Megan Young hosted years ago a few times. I wonder, they need to invite. Maybe they should invite Urvashi Rautela as the host. Oh, can we talk about Urvashi Rautela? As you know, Urvashi is in Cannes, France. Okay, I posted a video on my story on Instagram that she was wearing this beautiful Michael Cinco gown, but she was chased away from the red carpet by the security.
What? Really?
Yes, she was like chased away. No, honey,
really?
You don't belong here. Okay?
I haven't seen that video.
You don't belong here. Yeah, check my stories. It's up there. And
sorry.
With Cannes Festival, I know it's very famous. Everybody wants to go there. And I also posted in my stories that anybody who is not really somebody is in Cannes. So you wonder, how do you, like, all these beauty queens and all these, like even Prince Julio Cesar is in Cannes. Like, what the hell is he doing in Cannes? How did he get invited? Did he invite himself? How do you get a ticket to attend Cannes or to walk on the red carpet? Do you actually get inside the venue or just take a photo op on the red carpet? But apparently you see all these ordinary people doing that. They just like go to Cannes,
influencers,
take pictures, take selfies, and they put in the social media. Oh, look at me, I'm in Cannes. I made it. Like, who cares? Whatever.
I know. It's true. I feel sad for them.
No, do you remember Shanice Palacios when she went to Cannes? There was a big controversy about that. Do you remember?
Yep.
She was not invited. She was not invited at all. So she had her picture taken wearing this beautiful dress on the stairs of the red carpet, but she was shooed away by the security after that. She was not able to get in. Yeah. So, but if I become the president of the owner of the Miss Universe organization, I'm gonna make sure that all of my friends will have a special invitation. We'll get the red carpet and also attend the movies, the screening of the movies. Okay. Ooh, all right. So moving on. Oh, Sandeep. Sandeep, hi Sandeep, you're watching. Yeah, Sandeep Sahal is my Indian friend who is hopefully going to cover Miss World rehearsals and finals at in India for Critical Beauty. He's asking, do you think Miss France looks like Iris Mittenar? A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I see a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
her facial structure, but I think Iris is prettier.
Yeah, agree.
It is softer. Her looks
Yeah.
is softer. Yeah, definitely.
I
Yeah.
I think Miss France looks more like a model, and Iris looks more like a beauty queen. Yeah,
Yeah, totally.
like a
Australia,
classic
Charlie
beauty,
says
because,
Australia
like,
won
Miss
Miss World
France is more like
twice.
the model.
Yes. Australia won Miss World twice. First one was in, correct me if I'm wrong, Julio, was it 1969? Australia won first Miss World.
1968.
68 and then 72.
72.
All
Mhm.
right, good, good. As you know, Julio is our distinguished pageant historian. If you want to know anything about Miss World, go ask Julio. Go check his website, his social media. He knows everything about Miss World. He is the expert. Naveed. Oh, okay, it wasn't telecast. Okay, well, that's too bad. Winning the top model or beach beauty fast track award used to be a good indicator of the eventual Miss World winners. That is true. Do you remember in the olden days,
Yes.
whoever won the
Yeah.
top model eventually fast track? What the hell is going on with Miss USA? You know what? Do you guys want me to talk about Miss USA during Miss World? As far as I know, I don't know anything. Honestly, to be honest, I do not know anything about Miss USA. Layla and I have not spoken to each other, but all I know is that the states that used to belong to RPM Productions, South Carolina, North Carolina, Alabama, and Louisiana, they have a new state director, and she is Ariana Blaze, who is Miss Universe Guyana 2024.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. And her mother actually works for Layla.
Mhm.
So there's a little connection out there, but some other states still do not have a state director, and they're panicking. They're panicking because they don't know what to do. And some people are saying, should they just send the first runner up from last year to represent that state? I don't know. Who knows? So that's all I know about Miss USA. All right. Okay, so let's talk about the Beauty with a Purpose video. So all four of us have watched each Beauty with a Purpose video, and we all have our
Only missing three
Yes.
videos.
You what?
Only
Three missing
missing three
videos.
videos. Yes.
Do you know which
But-
ones are they? Which countries?
Missing.
Missing.
Yes, Armenia, Haiti, and England.
Wait, I thought I saw Armenia. Oh, that was the introduction. Okay, all right. That was the introduction. Did you say England? The new English girl?
The New England is missing, but she arrived. She already arrived.
Yeah, her name is Charlotte. She arrived, and she did not compete in any of those two previous challenges. Watch her win Miss World.
Yeah.
She's gonna win Miss World.
That'd be funny. Yeah.
She will win Miss World. Like,
Do you know
girl,
what happened?
you just
to
got
Miss
here,
England?
and then you're winning Miss
Like-
World. That's not fair, girl.
Like, why did she withdraw from the competition? The original Miss England. Do you know any news about
Julio,
it?
do you know?
Excuse me?
Do you know why the original
Miss
Miss
England,
England
she dropped out.
withdrew?
Healthy problems, but I don't know.
Oh,
Only,
okay.
I only know that she was sick, but I don't know any details.
Well, I heard another story that the reason she left was that she could not stand the heat. It was very hot for her. She's like too delicate and whatnot. And but then again, some people are defending. Well, what about the other European girls? They're surviving. They're not complaining. And when they go, no, fine, it's
Scandinavian
hot in
countries.
India at
Yep.
this time, but all these
Yeah.
events are held in areas where there's air conditioning. So, and they give them water, plenty of water to drink, to dehydrate and whatnot. So yeah, there's this. I don't see any reason unless it's something serious or maybe something personal or maybe it's a personal emergency or whatever. Okay,
But if you look the videos of her last appearances when she was visiting some temples last Thursday, I guess, she was not looking good. Her face was so red, and she was
Oh.
like I don't know. She looked sick. Maybe
Okay.
she got a lot of sun, or
Maybe or maybe
yeah,
it's the food. Maybe she's not used to the food.
yeah.
Because Indian
Yeah.
Indian
She
food
looked,
could be very, very
she looked
spicy.
sick.
So
Yeah.
if your stomach is not accustomed to a lot of
Yeah.
spice, it could trigger
That's true.
some allergies, some illnesses and whatnot, But this is part of the competition. It's the survival of the fittest. This is not any different from Miss Universe or Miss Grand International, where
Yeah.
the girls are being tested for their stamina, their energy, their patience and whatnot. So yeah, it's a survival of the fittest. Um, Come on, Janice. Janice says, Antonio, I would pay big money to what? To stiff your feet? To kiss your feet? What? Are you, Janet, stop.
Well, thank you. What can I say? Thank you.
Okay, well, he would like to thank you, okay? This is too funny. China used to be a big Miss World powerhouse in the 2000s when it used to host the pageant in Sanya. That is true.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's all about money, okay? I mean, to this day, I still wonder. I mean, the first girl from China who won, she was wonderful. I liked her. But the second girl who won from China,
Yeah. I
that was
agree.
like, yeah,
Wells should have won that year, in my opinion.
yeah, I totally
Yeah.
agree. Wales should have won. She was
Yeah.
beautiful. Like there was like questionable winners, like 2010 USA
USA.
won.
USA.
Iceland. For
Yeah,
me,
that was-
Iceland was shocking.
Yeah, Botswana should have won in 2010.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Venezuela. Yeah.
Or yeah, or even Venezuela, not USA. Like, where did she come from? And she wasn't even she was handpicked. She wasn't even like crowned nationally. So,
Yeah.
and whatever happened to Alexandria? She just disappeared. Hello. I love you all. I love all my daddies. Well, thank you, Janice. Well, no, George is not a daddy yet. He's still too young. Okay. Look at that baby face, George.
Not there yet. Maybe in 10
Janice
years
wants to
now,
know about
yeah.
my skincare routine. As you know, oh, you really want to know about my skincare routine? Oh my God, honey, I need to create another channel just for my skincare routine. Okay. Nobody believe, if anybody asked me how old I am, they wouldn't believe me anyway. If I told how old I am, Google it. How old is Rafa Delphin? My age will pop out. Stephen, if I hit the lottery, I would buy Miss USA and bring it back to its glory. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Do that, Stephen. Do it. We wish you good luck. Do it. Do it.
Just to let you know, I was just watching Miss USA 1986 like some days ago, and then I was like, oh my gosh, what a difference. I miss those years. I mean, it's incredible how it's now. I mean, it's just so sad.
Yes, it is. It is very, very sad. Those were the days under the Trump administration.
We should be proud that we lived the golden days
Yeah.
of all the pageants, Miss
Yes.
Universe and
Yes.
whatever.
It's not going to be the same. Not anymore. Not anymore. Hi, Rafa. Very good morning from India. It's always nice to see you. Hi, Bhagirath. How are you doing, my friend? Navi, they paid to walk. This is about Cannes Festival. So they paid to walk. There are two red carpets, one invited, one another is for paid ones. Really? So if you want to go to Cannes, you have to be able to afford to pay them good money just so you could walk on the red carpet. Really? Wow. Maybe I should have my own red carpet and charge people like $1,000 to walk on the red carpet. A good way to make money, Oh, we lost George. George is frozen. Many Indian celebrities revealed
Makes sense.
that some paid to walk. Okay, that's true. Well, Aishwarya Rai, Miss World 1994, is in Cannes. I think she's invited there every year anyway, and she always looks gorgeous. She always looks gorgeous. But it's funny because I never saw a picture of Aishwarya and Urvashi together. Have you guys seen any video or photo of Aishwarya and Urvashi together in Cannes Film Festival?
No.
Nope,
No.
never seen them. Miss World winners used to be invited by L'Oreal. Yeah, L'Oreal is one of the major sponsors, and I think they still are a sponsor. So that's why Aishwarya, because Aishwarya is a spokesperson for L'Oreal. Julia ruined the brand so much. The last winner with L'Oreal ambassador deal was Ksenia from the Czech Republic, which was 2006, I think, Julio? Yeah, Miss World 2006. Oh,
Yes.
wait, no, Ksenia. Is she Czech or is she Russian? Ksenia.
Ksenia is Russia.
Isn't she the Russian one?
2008. Yeah.
Ksenia
Oh,
is the
2008.
Russia of 2008.
2008. Okay, so
Yeah,
2008. All right, so let's move on. Okay, so going back to the Beauty with a Purpose videos, can we talk about the worst? Okay, we already know that Slovenia has the shortest video, 1 minute and some seconds. Okay, no effort, as if she was rushing. She just didn't care. You can tell that she's not really very serious, so she's not going to make any of the challenges. So goodbye, Slovenia. Just enjoy your Indian curry and have fun. Okay, but other than that, let me see. So there is no consistency in the duration of the video. Some are short, some are longer. I think a 3-minute video would be enough for me.
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
anything between 2 minutes and 3 minute stops. That's it. Anything above, I can tolerate 3 minutes and 30 seconds. I can tolerate, but beyond that, come on. Who has time to watch every video? Okay, who has time?
And there's
George, do you have the
100
time?
contestants. To me.
We had time.
No, I only
We
watched
did
like
the job.
20 first.
Well, if
No, but there's 100
okay,
contestants.
fine. If you don't have a
With
social
20.
life, then you have plenty of time to watch the videos, okay? So I assume none of us have a very active social life.
Apparently.
No.
So it's funny because like I spent like what, like 24 hours in a day, and I spent at least 16 hours of screen time. Either I look at my iPhone, I watch
Wow.
TV, I watch Netflix, I watch all the social media accounts. That's how much I spent screen time I spent a day, which is insane, which is terrible. Okay. And I need to stop. I need to take a break from social media. But then again, what if they're talking bad about me? I need to read all these comments about me. So it's scary. Okay, so yeah, Slovenia is out.
For me, the two words, I don't remember the second one, but I know you love her project, but her video was so bad. It was Miss Colombia. Like she did the video with a reel, I think. I mean, I was like, oh, really, girl? Like, come on.
Yeah, Colombia, I think. See,
Yeah.
okay, if we're going to talk about all these different projects, okay, I like Colombia was one of my favorites because her project is very unique. Her Beauty with a Purpose project is creating the first hospice for children suffering with terminal illnesses in our country. That has never been done before. So that's the reason why I was attracted to her project. But then again, when she spoke during the head-to-head challenge, her speech did not match her video
Yes,
presentation.
a lot of things that
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah, so I was like very disappointed. I mean, she was very beautiful to look at, but she was reading a lot on her notes, and she had very poor eye contact with the audience or with the judges. So I thought, I feel bad for her. I really do.
I'm not sure about you agree, guys, but for me, my opinion, the best Beauty with a Purpose video project, it was Bolivia. I mean, I love what Bolivia did, like to build that water thing. But when she presented, it was so bad. Like she couldn't speak very well. And it's like, I don't know. I'm not sure what is going to happen. But as a video, I was impressed for the Americas with Bolivia.
Maybe she was nervous.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's possible. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the girls were nervous. Another girl that I really like, who's advocacy I really like, is Madagascar. I made a video about Madagascar's
Oh, yes.
project with
I
albinism.
remember.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful. Amazing.
Albinism, yeah, albinism is another.
Madagascar can be in the top 14 because of her project.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
I agree
very,
with you.
yeah, it's very, very
Yeah,
unique.
top 40.
Unique,
Yeah, it's
yes.
very unique, and a lot of people do not know anything about albinism. It's a really very serious
Yeah.
situation in other countries where if you look different, they have all these horrible perceptions and prejudice about you. And we know what happened in Madagascar in other countries where children who are suffering from albinism, they're discriminated against, they're hunted down, they're used as sacrifice. They're literally killed by
She
crazy
explained
people.
that in her
Yeah.
project.
Yeah.
Yeah, she explained that in the video. She did a
Yeah.
very good job explaining it. But anyway, so I made a video about that. I tagged her. I was hoping for her to acknowledge me, but she never did. Okay, I was really hurt. Miss Madagascar. Okay, I was really hurt when you did not acknowledge my video of you. Okay, Colombia, on the other hand, acknowledged me, and she
Oh,
shared it.
by the way,
She shared it to her Instagram story. So I got new followers from Colombia. Muchísimas gracias, mis nuevos amigos colombianos. Los quiero.
yeah. By the way, I know Rafa, you really like Miss Colombia, but I think she's at the wrong pageant.
Yeah, I agree.
I think
Do you think she should be in what pageant?
it's more for maybe Miss Supranational or Miss Grand.
Right.
I think like
Yes.
Supra or Grand because she's a bit
see
too
her
sexy
in
for
Miss
Miss World.
Grand
Like I know she's like
International.
physically she's really attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when she was talking in the head-to-head challenge, I thought she's not for Miss World. Like she did not have that poise, the elegance that Madam Julie really likes. So I know she has incredible background. She says she speaks a lot of languages, but when I listened to her, it didn't have that same power as the Miss World candidate usually has.
Yeah.
So I think she should try out for other competitions. Yeah, later on.
That's right.
Yeah, she's beautiful. I'm sure she will compete in another pageant. That's for
I
sure.
think she will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What other impactful videos that we agree that we really like?
One of
Yes.
my favorites was the one of Indonesia.
Yes.
Oh yes,
One of
the
the
water
best.
project. I really liked it. Yeah.
I really like
very simple.
Indonesia. However, as much as I love Monica, I think her project is not original because I think it's been done before by other Indonesian girls in the past.
I think they
Something
have.
similar. Yeah.
It's all about
Similar.
providing clean water to villages and whatnot. Like her project is pipeline as a lifeline or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yes.
providing clean water to like
Yeah.
access to your village.
Yeah.
And I think it's
Yeah.
quite simple, but I do like it because it does help in the long-lasting future, right? It's not like she's going to finish Miss World and she's going to stop this project. This will continue even after the Miss World pageant.
Yeah.
So I really liked it. It has a long future
Me too.
ahead. So I
Because-
think that was really brave of her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, something that people need to understand for what Julia likes is the impact, how many people the
Correct.
girls are helping. That's something that a lot of fans, they don't understand. They're like, oh, she has a nice project. I'm like, helping 1-2 people, that's not a project. And that's why Indonesia do so well. In my opinion, let's see if I'm going to be grown. The winner for me, for Beautiful with a Purpose, is going to be Vietnam. I love Miss Vietnam project that she builds. I don't know, I think she go for schools and different areas. Her video was so good. Literally, you can see that she was working a lot. So she's my favorite. Something else, guys,
Yes.
I'm not sure you have noticed. I'm laughing. A lot of girls says, this is my project. And then you see the video with the same clothes. They just went one
Yes.
day with a cameraman, film the video. That's it.
Same day
I'm like,
filming,
oh my
yeah.
gosh, come on, Julia knows that. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Sure,
Well,
but-
okay.
yeah.
If we're talking
They
about
didn't
bad
have-
videos,
They didn't have enough wardrobe.
Okay,
I mean, they're beauty
as-
queens. They have a
yeah,
lot
like
of clothes.
as I was saying earlier, the best videos were made by the Asian girls because the Asian girls
Correct.
really took the time
Yes.
to produce their videos. You can tell, like when you look at Kyrgyzstan, Mongolia,
Oh yes.
Kazakhstan,
Yep.
Myanmar,
It's absolutely stunning.
Nepal. I mean, all those are amazing Beauty with a Purpose videos. They're all very cinematic, very colorful, very well done. The audio is crispy clear. And and they changed so many different wardrobes, many wardrobe changes during the videos. When you compare that, let's say, with Suriname's Okay, Suriname's video, she's sitting on a desk, behind a desk. The camera is right in front of her. The audio was horrible, okay? Horrible. And her project was nutrition, providing
Nutrition.
good nutrition for children. But
Nutrition,
rather
yeah.
than
Mm.
going out to the poor neighborhoods in Suriname to provide proper food to the children, what she did was that she just stole random clips of hungry children from around the world and she incorporated into her video. Okay. Which lasted like 3 minutes. That's it. That's it. But during the head-to-head challenge, wow.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
She was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, girl, how come that did not translate well in
Maybe
your
she's
video?
not good at, like,
Okay.
you know, video software.
So there was a
Yeah,
lot
she's
of
very well
this,
spoken, but maybe she's
yeah,
not good at
really
graphic
weird.
design or
Really,
video
really,
editing.
really weird. What else? What other videos that I really did not care much for? Yeah. Oh, I love her. I think she's gorgeous. I think she's in the wrong pageant, Moldova. I don't know, guys, if you notice Moldova, she's so gorgeous. The first time I saw her face, this girl is a model. She has to be in the top model.
She was the one with the glasses during the
Yes.
presentation. Oh yeah,
She
she was
was-
gorgeous. I saw her. Wow, what beautiful girl.
She was only one of the two girls. Who was the second girl that wore glasses? But Moldova wore a pair of glasses.
Yeah, it was from one of the beginnings in Europe. It
Was it Bosnia?
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria,
Yeah.
yeah. But
and
Moldova, Moldova is beautiful, and I like her advocacy because she likes to it's domestic violence, providing women's shelter and whatnot, and she's gorgeous. Montenegro is another girl that I really like. Okay, her video matches her head-to-head challenge presentation.
Yeah.
Okay,
One
she's
of the best for
beautiful.
Europe in Beauty with a Purpose. Yeah, for sure.
I think she will definitely be there. Definitely be there.
Oh, somebody
What did
mention
you
Sri
say?
Lanka. Let's.
Yes. Oh my God. Another Asian girl, Sri
Wow.
Lanka.
Yeah.
Sri
Wow.
Lanka was a very nice surprise.
Yeah.
Very, very nice surprise indeed. Her name, oh yeah, her name is Anudi. I love her name, Anudi Gunasekara. She's 25. Her advocacy is she called it period poverty. As you know, the whole idea of providing menstruation products for women in developing countries is a big challenge. And so I think this is another unique advocacy. Of course, she did not start it. As you know, Miss Universe 2021, Harnaz Sandhu, that was her advocacy, menstruation.
I think Manushi Chiller also had it, Miss World 2017
she?
from India. It's quite similar.
Okay.
Yeah, a project. She also won Beauty the Purpose. So
Yeah.
I think Sri Lanka is doing really well. I would say I think she might be in top 12 or like I know we're not doing our top 40, but I think she'll be there.
Yeah.
She'll get a placement, a high placement.
Another amazing video production, and she really took the time and effort to do the video. Of course, everybody's talking about Turkey. Can we talk about Turkey?
Yeah.
Turkey
I
is
love Turkey.
Idil Bilgin. She's 24. Okay. The first time I heard her talk, she is she American? Because she has this strong American accent. And then our good friend Nick, who's Turkish, told us that she studied abroad. She studied in the US for a while, and that's how she picked her American accent. But she's a doctor. She's a physician. Okay. And her specialty is cervical cancer, cervical and breast cancer, which is another major important topic. Okay.
Yes.
And then she worked with women in the Ukraine, her patients, Ukrainian women, and I think she's gonna make the cut.
She's for sure in the top 10 of Asia.
Of Asia, for sure. She's not the most beautiful Turkish girl that I've ever seen, but something about her when she speaks. She has a very commanding presence when she speaks, and her video matches her head-to-head challenge presentation. So expect Turkey to do very well. Whether or not she's going to win, I don't think so. I'm not sure. I don't think she's going to win, but she'll definitely, have a good, great placement. Now,
you know who Turkey reminds me of, Rafa? Like she reminds me of Catherine, Princess of Wales. Like there's something quite similarity about the way she presents herself. Like very elegant, very royal, and I think Turkey could possibly be even in top 8 or even
Yeah.
moving forward, because she's a doctor, and we all know Miss World and Madam Julia love doctors.
Yeah.
Girls from medical backgrounds. So I
Sure.
think she should we should watch out for Turkey for sure.
Yes, I
She
agree.
could be a
Yeah.
pleasant surprise.
Yeah, Julia likes anybody who is associated with the medical field, with
Yeah,
anybody who
correct.
with health and proper care, sanitation and whatnot. Reading some of the comments, let me see. Do you think they will crown another European girl? As you
No.
know, India, this is the
Nope,
third time
nope.
India has hosted Miss World. The first time Greece won, the second time Czech Republic, and this time, do you think they're going to crown a European girl?
No. Europe
No.
is the weakest continent this year, so I don't think so.
I agree.
Yeah. And they have the most contestants. They have 33 contestants, which is the majority in the Miss World in a batch. But I think they had the weakest. After listening to the head-to-head challenge, there is no back-to-back for Europe. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
Because
I agree.
I was skipping so many of the contestants. It was so bland, so boring. They need some flavor. And I think Team Asia did some justice because I was so bored. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I guess Miss
think the
England, I
crown-
guess Miss England is not going to win.
Who knows? I think the crown will go to Asia or Africa.
Agree.
Correct. I
Upset.
see it. Yeah.
Okay, we can talk about that later. It's gonna be a surprise. You know, Asia and Africa are the two strongest continents this year. Okay. Just reading some of the comments. Miss World winners. Okay, hi Dorothy. L'Oreal would be an ideal owner of a beauty pageant organization. They can easily align with fashion and cosmetic marketing, also with advocacies. I agree. L'Oreal is a
That'd be
huge
great. Yeah.
cosmetic company. You know, they're very active as far as social causes are concerned. Yeah, who knows? But are they really interested in pageants and beauty pageants? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe you guys should flood them with emails and calls and letters and urge them to take over Miss Universe. Who knows? Maybe they're interested. Lakshmini says, as a Sri Lankan, I'm very proud of our Miss World Sri Lanka. She's really very talented. Not only is she very talented, but she's very articulate. She's beautiful. I think she has one of the most beautiful faces, I think, in the competition. Now, if we're going to talk about face cards, can we talk about face cards? Okay. You know, Miss World has never disappointed as far as crowning a beautiful face, a beautiful girl. Okay.
Correct. Yes.
So let's be honest. Who do you think has the best face card? Who will be the face or who will be crowned Miss World? Can we just get over with it?
The what? Sorry, the most beautiful face?
Yes.
Only the
For
face,
me,
right? I want to talk about
One
the
of
physical
the
beauty.
one
Yeah.
of the most beautiful faces is Somalia for me.
Yeah.
All right. We agree. Okay, from Africa would be Somalia. What about from Asia and the
Somalia.
Pacific?
Thailand.
Thailand.
No, for face, I don't. For me, I
Thailand.
will give it to Sri Lanka. to be
Sri
honest,
Lanka
for
or
face.
Thailand? Yes, Sri
Yeah.
Lanka, Thailand. Yeah.
I'll say Thailand for Asia.
What about Europe?
Netherlands. I'll give it to
Netherlands.
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 Oh
Beautiful.
my God.
Netherlands.
What did I write about Netherlands? I said something. Oh, she looks like a living Barbie doll. Her
Yes.
doll
Yeah,
has a very
she's so
doll-like
pretty.
face.
Yeah.
Like baby
Porcelain.
face. Yes.
And
I
she's
love
only
that type of
she's
look.
only 19 for Pete's
Yeah.
sake. Oh my God. She's only 19. Yeah,
She should try out
Netherlands
Miss
definitely from
International
Europe.
after this.
What about
The Americas.
the
Americas.
Americas? I like
how-
to be honest, I like Puerto Rico.
Me too. That's what I was thinking.
I was gonna say
Give it-
Puerto Rico. I
Puerto
had
Rico,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, when she did her
Huh.
head-to-head challenge with that
Yes.
gorgeous red hair, flaming
hair,
red
red
hair.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, I prefer the Brazil face.
You prefer Brazil? Brazil?
Yeah.
Brazil is also
Okay.
beautiful. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's between
I think Puerto
Brazil.
Rico just
It's between
Chile.
Brazil
Chile,
and
I like Chile. Yeah.
you like Chile too. But I kind of like Puerto
Chile's
Rico.
also pretty, yeah.
What about
Yeah.
the Caribbean? Let me see. Not much in the Caribbean.
Trinidad.
Oh
In-
my God, yes. Hello,
Oh,
Trinidad.
Oh, Trinidad and Tobago. Yes. She's
Trinidad.
really pretty.
Oh, Africa. I forgot Namibia. Namibia is beautiful
Oh.
too.
Guys,
Also,
Absolutely.
just to
stunning,
let you
yes.
know, I'm still mad in 2018. She was in my top 20 in Miss Universe. I still don't know how she
What
didn't
happened?
make it because she had an amazing preliminary and she was so
Yeah.
well spoken at the time. I don't know what happened for her.
It's a mystery. It's a
Yeah.
mystery.
Why? No idea.
Totally. Yeah. All right. Who do you think is the least attractive?
But she'll get a placement in as well for sure. Maybe, yeah.
Can we talk about the least attractive? Can we do that, or are we going to hurt people's feelings? Should we skip?
I think Rafa, like, beauty is subjective. I think we should skip this one because, like, you might find
Okay.
someone attractive.
Let's skip. We don't want to hurt people's
may not agree
feelings.
with you,
Okay,
so
so
we
let's
have
skip
our
it.
preferences.
Let's keep it to ourselves. You know, as my
Yeah.
grandmother told me, Rafa, if you don't have anything good to say, just keep it to yourself. Okay. But I will tell you guys in secret, okay, after the show.
Okay.
Okay, I wish Antonio was my chair. What?
Oh my God.
Janice, you and your perverted mind, girl. Girl, you're crazy. Oh, Janice also looking hot, Rafa. Well, thank you, darling. Yeah. Is it because of my headband, my bandana? Jennifer, good day, guys. I just want to know your opinion about Opal, Miss Thailand's journey right now in Miss World. Okay, as you know, Opal, before going to Miss World, she was crowned Miss World Thailand less than 3 weeks before going to India. So she had to rush everything. Okay, she had to do her video in a rush. She had to prepare her wardrobe in a rush. All these different other preparations. But she's doing very well because she learned a lot from her Miss Universe experience. What else could she have added to her preparation except maybe develop her Beauty with a Purpose project? Not
Actually, I
much.
disagree on that part because she already had a beauty to purpose even before going to Miss Universe. She
Was
started
it
this
was,
when
was
she
it
was
breast cancer still?
yeah, breast cancer. Yeah, when
Okay.
she was 18, she already started this social project. So it's not that she had to prepare for beauty to purpose. She already had that. It's about just the outfits, the wardrobe. I think those were the preparation, like the passerella and looking good for the Miss World pageant. I think that's the only thing she had to kind of work on because I think she's doing quite well, like adapting from Miss Universe to Miss World. So
Right.
and I think we could see that through the head-to-head challenge because she did really well.
She did very
She's
well.
also
She
part
was
of
she
the-
was oh yeah, she was very regal. She was very well composed. She really again, she was one of 6 or 7 Asian girls who did not rely on any materials
Yeah.
to
scripts.
to develop to read their statements and whatnot. So I thought that was very, very impressive. Another girl whose face that I really like from the Caribbean is Trinidad and Tobago. We miss Trinidad and Tobago. Okay, she's gorgeous. Her video is amazing, and also her head-to-head challenge presentation was amazing. I like her advocacy, which is healing through sports and life-saving
Yeah.
skills. I think, which is a very unique project. I've never heard it before. Amazing, and she's only 23. So I see her competing in Miss Universe someday because of her just her stunning face. In 2012, India should have won. She topped the leaderboard. Who won in 2012?
China.
China.
But no, Wales.
India.
The leaderboard has nothing to do. It's just, I mean,
Yeah, but leaderboard just there for
yeah.
just-
Wales was I think was Wales, yeah. And but still the points count even now. There's no leaderboard,
Yeah.
but the points count. But
Yeah.
at the end, wins the one who has all the Miss World brands on the top 7.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I think also the staff has something to say.
yeah.
Yes, the
Julia,
behaviors, the
definitely.
attitude.
The chaperones, the choreographer, the stage director, they all have an input.
Yeah.
In Latino pages are calling Tramoya already because only one Latina passed the head-to-head challenge, which is Brazil was the only Latina who advanced to the head-to-head challenge.
Fans are always toxic when their girls are not placed. Like, and that doesn't surprise me. And not just Latinos, also Filipinos,
everyone.
Indonesians, Asians. I mean,
Anybody.
like, but that's when you see who is actually an expert or who is a fan, a crazy fan. You have to be neutral and literally see the girls. We don't care about the size, just
Exactly.
Support them if they're good.
Exactly.
Yeah. And also,
exactly.
we have to keep in mind that they passed to Miss World. They did not place in the head-to-head challenge. Carolina from Poland and Christiana. They didn't place
Yes.
in head-to-head challenge, but they won.
They
So you have
won.
to kind of follow the format as well. So, and also Jamaica, I don't think she placed either. So
No, yeah,
three
she
of
played. She
them,
won talent. That's why.
she won tan, but she didn't
Yeah.
Yes.
place in head-to-head.
So
May
that's
I-
why,
I'll-
yeah,
Mhm.
that's why a lot of people think that of all the pageants in the world, Miss World is the least predictable.
No, for me, it's the most predictable. Julio, do you agree with me, right?
Yes.
It's the most
Really?
predictable. I'm gonna tell you, yeah,
Really?
it's the most
I thought-
predictable. It's
If,
so
if you really study all the girls,
Yes.
their projects,
Mm.
Yeah.
everything they do with
Yeah.
the quarantine, you can
Yeah.
know who is the real Miss World.
Yes, like for the last 4 editions, Mexico, Jamaica, Poland,
yeah,
and Czech
Mexico, yeah.
Republic, they were the best top 3 speakers. They deserve to win. I mean, Julio and I, I'm going to tell you something for people who understand. Because Julio, correct me if I'm wrong. In Miss World, guys, there's 3 things to win Miss World. Number 1 has to be a good speaker. Number 1. Number 2 has to be beautiful, okay? But sometimes there are, like it has to be at least a good speaker. And number 3, a nice, beautiful, appropriate project. So if there's a girl who has the 3 things, she will win Miss World. If there's a girl who has only 2 things, she will also be Miss World. I mean, it's easy to predict who's gonna be Miss World.
But wait a
So
minute, Antonio. Beauty, like George was saying, beauty is subjective. So
Yeah.
beauty is subjective. Okay, beautiful face is
I
subjective.
agree.
So Somalia might be beautiful to us, but there could be another girl, Trinidad and Tobago, who knows,
Yeah.
maybe much prettier to the judges.
For
We
some
don't know
people,
that.
Yeah.
As
It's
far as projects are concerned, again, that is subjective. That is
Yeah,
subjective.
but guys,
Yeah.
it's princess type. It's what Julia likes. We know because we follow the pageant, the type that Julia loves. And
So
that's
what
why,
was so what was Christina's project last year when she won?
oh,
It was she
Julio-
provided a school in Africa. Like she made a school in Africa. I think it was in Kenya.
Okay.
And she also helped, I think, 300 students in
Yeah.
that
I mean,
country. It was
imagine
related
she's-
education.
yeah, she's gorgeous and an amazing beauty with a purpose. She won Miss World. Poland, she was gorgeous and maybe the second best speaker after Cote d'Ivoire, because we watched with Julio all the head to head. Poland was the second best speaker. She won because she was gorgeous. And then the year before, Jamaica was the best speaker. She won. The one before, Mexico was the best speaker and the best project. She won. I mean, it's easy. That's why this year, when I will tell you who's going to win Miss World, listen to us, to Julio and me.
Okay, people, you heard that. We have 2 amazing Miss World experts, okay, on the show
Yeah.
tonight. So, but have there ever been a time where you actually were wrong?
Yes,
Let me see.
2016 when Puerto Rico won Miss World. I think all of us, we could say
We're
that
rooting for-
we didn't
for-
predict Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
For the first runner-up, or Philippines
Yeah.
with Catriona
Philippines,
2016.
yeah.
Yeah. 2016, there's something I have to tell. Catriona was my favorite until the final question. The
Because-
final question, Puerto Rico won by hand. If you see-
Because Catriona's statement was a reflection of Megan Young's answer in Miss World.
Yeah, and
She
not just
put
that, when you read it without any, watch the final question again. They ask the question to Catriona. Catriona immediately, boom, start answering like a robot. They answer the question to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, literally, you can see that she answered for the bottom of her heart. And the year before, Spain, when she won, everybody was surprised. If you see that year, Spain was the most genuine question. After what happened with Spain, the top 5 in 2016, I was like, Puerto Rico won. Best answer, more genuine, and she won. My math, Catriona deserved to be the first runner-up of the Queen of Asia. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But for me,
I
Puerto
placed in
Rico
the top
won
5.
with that answer.
Okay. All right. That's very interesting. Well, thank you for your wonderful comments, Antonio. Appreciate it.
I love Miss Gore. I'm sorry, I'm very intense.
He is.
I think Miss World usually gets the winner correct, but there's like once in a while, like 2010, like 2014, not 2016. Sometimes it's not the fan favorite that tends to win. It's
Yeah,
like a
agree.
dark horse contestant comes out of nowhere and wins. So let's see this year, because there's so many fan favorites this year. Like, have you seen the social media? There's so many African countries who don't really, they're not that passionate about Miss Universe or other competitions. They are commenting nonstop for all these African countries and, like, you know,
Yeah,
the
I know.
non-sash countries, which is so passionate. Like, I'd really love to see that.
Yeah.
We don't see that often in other competitions.
Right.
Yes.
Reading some of the notes. Oh, our good friend Sandeep says, it's peak summer in India. I don't think food is an issue in India because Indian five-star hotels primarily focus to international palates. They make mood as per international. Okay, well, that makes sense. That's true. Still, you still have to watch what you eat. Okay, it's a competition. Okay,
Yeah.
you don't want the media seeing you finish an entire plate of buffet food. Okay, it's not a very good image for a beauty queen to to eat a lot of food. Okay, not good. Jamaica had a great performance in 2019. You know what? Yeah, she was not my favorite in 2019. But you know what? The more I got to see of her video, her speaking, I finally accepted Jamaica's win, and I ended up liking her.
Talking about Jamaica, I just wanted to give my feedback about this year's Miss Jamaica. I think she could also be a dark horse in the contest because she speaks really well. She's very eloquent, very well spoken, and she speaks from her heart. So she was talking about her struggles of domestic violence happening in her family and how she's trying to help other domestic violent victims in her country in Jamaica. So I thought it was really, like, touching. So I think Jamaica could be in maybe top 40 or maybe one of the Caribbean contestants.
Well,
I really like
Jamaica,
the speech in the head-to-head
Jamaica
challenge.
almost always
So
does well every year anyway, because Jamaica is one of Julia's
true.
favorite countries.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So
yeah,
I
that's true.
wouldn't be surprised if Jamaica makes it again. As a okay, comment. As a Brazilian, I'm very proud of our Miss World Brazil because it's the first time I see a Miss World Brazil speaking English fluently, being so communicative and charismatic, great singer, and looks like a doll. Yes, Brazil could win.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Brazil could win
Yeah.
Miss World. Finally, Enrique will be very happy if Brazil wins because, as you know, our good friend Enrique Fontes used to be the national director. He and his sister co-directed Miss World, but he had to step down, and Enrique now works full-time for the Miss World organization, as well as our good friend Melvin. Melvin, if you're watching, hello, Melvin Arona. He is now the admin of Global Beauty's social platform, social media. He's doing a great job with his graphics, that's for sure. Hi, Rafa. I want to know your opinion about India. You know what? Indian girls, what can I say? Indian girls always excel every year, every time. They're so excellent in their speaking skills, beautiful. Nandita, I think, is gorgeous. But again, it's a competition, and I think there are girls who are stronger than India this year. You know, not necessarily Asian girl, but it could be African girls. Again, going back to African girls, one of my favorites, I don't know if she's on your list, is Sierra Leone. I thought her speech sounded like a TED Talk.
Yeah.
Okay, she was very, very engaging. Okay, and she did not have any notes. She spoke directly from the heart, and she sounded very poetic. And I love that. I can listen to her like all day long. And I hope to God, please have her advance in any challenges, okay, that still have occurred. But I want Sierra Leone to be there because I think she's amazing. Okay. Do you guys notice that? Let me know.
Yes.
Africa is very strong this year. Very, very strong.
Very, very strong. And the
Very
African
strong.
girls, I'm telling
Right.
you, they are some of the best. Okay, thoughts, beauty. Baby Antonio, baby, are you okay? You want me to what? You want me to, I don't know what you're saying. Oh, to put baby powder on your
Baby
body.
How is that? Well, I don't know. Yeah. Well, thank you.
Okay, you know what? Guys, why one of the reasons why I invite Antonio
I know.
to this group chat, because he is the unofficial Mr. Critical Beauty.
That's why you invite me only.
Yes.
I'm so sad.
You need a crown and a sash that says Mr. Critical Beauty. Okay, Charlie says nobody was beating China. She was wonderful. Who was going to pay for Wales? Yeah. Wensha
Oh,
made the
yes.
Miss World organization a lot of money. Yeah, again, money. You know, the reason why India is hosting this year is because they have money. They have money, okay? Let me know, what country do you want to be the host of next year's pageant? Let me know in your comment section below. What other country besides India? I don't think India's going to host again, okay? We want another country to host next time. Maybe Philippines? Because I heard a rumor that Arnold, the national director of the Philippines, was asked, don't you think it's time for the Philippines to host Miss World? Well, it really depends. If the Philippines wins Miss World this year, yeah, we will host Miss World the following year. So
I know where, but I can't say.
let me
But
know.
you know.
Message me, please.
Yeah, message all of us.
Yeah, message all of us, please. I have to agree with Antonio. It's very predictable. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Not to me. George, do you think Miss World is
Not
predictable?
to me, no.
No,
I
not
think
to
it's
me.
probably the most unpredictable pageant.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
in
what I
my
thought.
last
personal view.
year,
It's
last year was Trinidad and Tobago or Czech Republic. Done, right, Julio?
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, last year was kind of like obvious because I think pretty much all of us had Czech Republic as Miss World. But usually, I'm talking about traditionally, I can't really predict Miss World winner. It's quite difficult. It's too many contestants to keep up with. Even this year, I'm still not sure regarding who is going to win. I have at least like 10 girls who could possibly win the blue crown, so it's quite difficult for me. Yeah.
George, by the way, I like your background.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
love,
Yeah,
yeah.
Love
it's
it.
a logo of the Telangana for
Yeah.
Miss World
Yeah,
pageant.
it's beautiful. I love that logo. Love, love, love. All right. Janice is saying, my opinion is that Opal, Thailand, joining Miss World is a bit desperate. Do you agree, George?
No, like there's so many crossovers, especially even in the Miss World pageant. There have been, Miss Universe contestants overlapping to Miss World contestant going to Miss Universe, like Katriana went from Miss World to Miss Universe. So I don't think we should just condemn anyone from joining any pageantry. If they want to, that's their choice. We should respect that. And if they win, good for them, right? Like I don't think we should kind of like shame them for
Yes.
trying out for better pageants or bigger pageants.
Yeah, I think, again, if an opportunity exists, take it, take advantage of it. Because if you don't, a few years from now, you're going to regret it. And you
Correct.
don't want any regrets in your life. You need to take advantage of every opportunity that exists. Okay. Let me see. Charlie says Mexico and Jamaica are the worst Miss World ever, and the Miss World lost a lot of money crowning those two women. Really? Do you agree?
I don't know.
We don't know. I mean, Miss World never reveals how much money they make. Miss Universe either. None of the pageants ever,
Yeah.
publish how much money their title holder, makes for them. Although with
But
Miss
I'm sure
Grand,
Miss
although
yeah, I think
with
Miss
Miss
World makes
Grand,
a lot.
Nawat is very transparent, right?
Yeah.
Nawat,
Yeah, he is.
he tells everybody, oh, look, Vina made
He will tell you.
10 million bahts or something.
10 million. Yeah. He will like boast about how much money. But I think Miss World probably makes the most because if I'm not wrong, Miss World usually is one who is well traveled,
Yes.
right? She goes to probably the most countries among all the Grand Slam winners, other pageants.
Ron Sand, good day, guys. Watching from Sydney, Australia. Very interesting discussion. Thank you, mate. Ron Sand, welcome. DL, are you going to speak about the brouhaha concerning Miss Thailand that occurred in India? What brouhaha? Specifically, she was moved to the front for a photo op, and the contestant whose place she was moved. Oh, do you remember that video? when the girls were having a photo op,
Yeah,
Miss
it was Turkey.
Turkey, was it Turkey? Turkey was in front, okay, and the photographer pulled away Turkey to the
Turkey.
back and grabbed
Turkey.
Thailand
Yeah.
in front. Why?
Mm.
Yeah, because Turkey was wearing, her dress was
I
too
think it's
short.
because
That's what I heard. Her dress, her legs,
that's it.
a lot of
Yeah,
her
it's
legs
the
were showing.
clothing because they
So
went to religious, so to respect the venue, the location, they just put the girls who had more respectful outfits. So the ones who are a bit more covered up to the front. So I don't think it was a big issue. Yeah,
no, I don't think it was a
happens,
big issue.
right?
And even if it was an issue, I think
Yeah.
it was really the job of the organization to advise the national directors what kind of clothing, what kind of dress that their contestants should be wearing every time they go to a sacred,
Respectful outfits.
especially to a sacred place.
Correct.
But it's no big deal. Ron San says, "What do you think of what do you think of Lebanon?" Janice says, "Lebanon competed in Miss Universe last year. She did not place. Okay, I think she's improved. I think she was good. She had a very good head-to-head speech presentation.
She made the top 5 from for Asia.
Oh yeah, head-to-head.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, I'm looking at the list. Oh yeah, that's right. You're right. Okay, so she's tremendously improved. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like maybe Miss Universe was not her pageant, and then she's competing right now in the pageant for her, which proper for her. So I like Lebanon. I met her in person in Mexico City. She's beautiful. She's very serene. Brazil looks a little plain to me. Okay, well,
and I think she has so much to like previous years. They were the runner-up, right? So the next step for them would be get the blue crown. So she has a high expectation to follow up the predecessors. So
right. Ron San says, for me, Megan Young is the best Miss World by far, hosting the pageant regularly since winning in 2013. She remained to be the epitome of a true Miss World queen ever. All right. Well, yeah, I mean, Julia loves Megan Young. That's for sure. Janice says Julio is a daddy too, and Julio looks so hot. Okay, so Julio, you have a new fan.
Thank you.
All right. Megan doesn't have a real career outside of Miss World. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Megan Young tried acting in the Philippines, but she didn't really make it big. She made all these stupid, horrible movies like Urvashi Rotella made horrible movies in India.
but I
Megan
think
Young, okay.
we cannot really compare Megan with her though. It's way too classy.
Yeah, but Megan still looks gorgeous though. She has one of those beautiful face.
She's beautiful.
Thailand and Vietnam will be the best host for a pageant, and the country is clean, no horrific traffic congestion, and the food in both countries are the best. Well, as you know, Thailand owns Miss Grand International, Mr. Global, Mr. International. Thailand owns a lot of major pageants, and Vietnam is coming up too. Vietnam is I think right now is the most favorite country to hold any pageant because
and they recently hosted Mr. World, which was really well. I really like the production, even the live stream. I know we did not have a correct. We didn't have a live stream for talent, which is quite unfortunate. I was looking forward to seeing the talent performances of the contestants, but for the Miss World, they actually did have it for talent and other fast track events. So I think Vietnam would be an excellent choice for next year's Miss World. Yeah, I like Vietnam. Yeah.
Yes, Vietnam is great. And of course, Miss Cosmo. Miss Cosmo is going to be held in Vietnam, I think in December. So I'd like to go to Vietnam. Okay. Oh my God, there's so many. If I could afford it, okay, so you have Miss Universe in Thailand in November, Miss Grand in Thailand in October. Miss Cosmo in Vietnam in December, Miss International in Japan in November, I think. Also,
at the end of November.
Yeah. What else did I miss?
Miss Universe.
Miss Universe is November 21st in Thailand.
Yes.
Anybody
on the 27th.
27. Anybody going to Miss Universe?
I mean, I'm planning to go because I live here. So
George,
yeah, it
you
would make
need to go to
sense.
Miss Universe because you live in Thailand, okay?
Yeah, yeah, it makes sense.
Yes. And Miss
I'm
Grand, of
saving up
course.
to go both Miss Grand and even like some other pageants. They're having like I think Manhunt next month. They have invited me
Yes.
to like go, so I was like, I'm planning to go to a few of them. Yeah.
Yeah, so Asia is very rich. It's like very pretty much addicted to pageants now because that's where the
Yeah.
money is. Naveed says, how I wish to see Antonio as our Mr. World. Are you going to compete someday in Mr. World representing Canada or Ecuador?
I'm too old.
Wait a minute. Is there an age limit in Mr. World? What is the age limit? Or what about other male pageants? Mr. Global. What is the age limit, Mr. Global?
No, I don't have the body for to compete, believe me.
Well, you go to the gym, they'll do something about it. Head-to-head challenge is going to take place in an Indian School of Business. So semifinals was in T-Hub. Yeah, thank you, Praveen, for that information. Wipato, hello, you guys. I miss you and I love you. Thank you, Wipato. Are you from Africa? Are you somewhere in the African continent? Let me know. Rafa, you did a Kun An costume. Time for a Nawat costume. You know what? My next parody is going to be an imitation of Nawat. Just watch it. Yes, I hope he likes it. Okay. Thank you for after winning the talent and securing top 40, Indonesia holds the longest placement streak in Miss World since 2011. That is true. Again,
Yes.
you never know. Indonesia, maybe it's time for Indonesia to win this year.
It's possible. They have placed, I think, for like 10 years, right? They have, I think, one of the longest
Yes,
placing streaks.
Indonesia has been doing very, very well in Miss World. And I think it's time, maybe Brazil, maybe Indonesia. Who else could be a surprise? I don't know, maybe Vietnam. Okay. Japan has never won either. And it's a very good delegate as well. What is your opinion on Priyanka Chopra, the most successful Miss World winner?
Love
You know,
her.
she's in Cannes as well. Okay.
Yeah.
But she was invited. She was invited. She did not pay to walk the red carpet. Okay. She's a star. She's a mega star. So Priyanka was invited to Cannes. Okay. Not like Urvashi. Big difference. Let's move on with other things that you guys want to add with the videos, with the
Oh, can I talk about one
Go ahead, George.
contestants we haven't talked about? I really like Miss South Africa. I don't know if you guys have mentioned her. My personal opinion, she best in Africa.
She's okay.
There's something about her that kind of reminds me of Rolene, with a bit of hint of like Demi. So I think she will be there. Like, for me, if
for
I had
sure.
to put, from
Yeah.
Africa. Yeah.
I think she will be there, but I mean, for some reason, she did not really impress me that much. I don't know why. You know, I don't know. It's just me. But I like her advocacy. You know, it's all about youth development,
Yeah.
raising funds to build schools and all that
Right.
lovely things. Lovely stuff. So what do we think of Miss, my hometown girl, Miss USA, Athena Crosby? Her project is autism and intellectual disabilities. I thought her video was good, and I thought her head-to-head challenge, she was phenomenal. Okay. But for some reason, she's not drawing a lot of attention. I don't know why.
I personally like her a lot, but something is missing. Like as you say, she's not grabbing that attention. In my opinion, when I read her video with her purpose project, I love it. But when I watched the video, the project was about her brother, and that she volunteered for that cause, but she actually didn't show any projects. That's why I was a little bit disappointed. But I think she will place because she really loves Miss War and she has worked so hard. She will be there in the top. I don't know, top 40, top 20, but yeah, I like her.
You know what? Her advocacy reminds me of Peru. Peru, she has a was it a relative named Katona?
Oh, her aunt. Yeah, her
Yes.
aunt.
Her aunt. Peru has an aunt by the name of Catona who is suffering from intellectual disability as
Yeah.
well. So she's basically using her aunt to promote her advocacy. So, but has she actually showed any other stuff besides her aunt? Not really. No. What do we think of Nicaragua?
I like her before, but I was disappointed because she talked so long, and the poor Steven Julius Morley's song, he was like, time, time. And she
Yes.
was just keep talking,
No.
talking, talking.
It was Steve. Actually,
Steve.
Nicaragua spoke in Spanish. She used an interpreter, and I think this is another problem of mine. You know, it's Miss World. You need to be able to express yourself in English because it's the official language. Okay, you only speak Spanish when it's really, really necessary. But make an effort to at least make your speech 95% in English. Okay, even basic, simple English. But she ended up like she wasted like 5 minutes using an interpreter, and her interpreter was not even that good. She was like kind of like rough, okay? And I heard in the background Stephen Douglas's voice, okay, 4 minutes is the maximum time. He said. All right, so bye, Nicaragua.
Yeah.
Have fun. Now, what do we think of Canada? Canada did not advance at all in head-to-head challenge. I love Canada. She's the first Indigenous woman to compete, you know, in this world
Correct.
from Canada.
She's among my favorites. She's my girl. Sorry, Julio. You go.
I still think that she's gonna make the top 10 in America.
Okay,
will.
crossing my
she will.
fingers for sure.
Yeah.
Canada, as you know, the current Miss Universe Canada is also an Indigenous woman, or
Yeah, actually,
Indigenous.
correct.
And then, of course, Miss World Canada is also Indigenous.
But people are confused. Just to let know people, Emma, actually Miss World Canada, who's competing right now, she was crowned first. But she has been waiting for so long. People think that she's the second one. No. Ashley was the second one. Emma was crowned like 2 years ago. I mean, she has been waiting a lot. So Emma's the first one.
Okay, well, that's good to know. I'm really, really very happy that Cayman Islands advanced to head-to-head challenge because, again, her video was so-so, but her presentation at head-to-head challenge, I thought she was amazing. She was spontaneous. And when she said, I'm a natural bodybuilder, girlfriend, really? You don't look like a natural bodybuilder. But anyway, when she said that she likes to read books, she's a journalist, and she loves karaoke, like, ooh, what a wonderful personality Miss Cayman Islands has. Okay, so I was so happy that she advanced to head-to-head challenge because, you know, she's unique. She's very authentic. And that's exactly what Miss World is looking for, authenticity. Perhaps, who knows? But is she going to win? Nah, I don't think so, okay?
If Cayman Islands makes the top 40, it will be twice in the history for the Cayman Islands.
That's
Yes.
right. That's
The
right.
first one was in 1982.
Okay.
So
Wow.
we can say that Cayman Islands has a better luck in Miss World than in Miss Universe. Because the Cayman Islands has never placed in Miss Universe in its 55 years
Wow.
of participation. It has never won. Maybe 1 or 2 special awards, but that's about it, you know. Unless somebody wants to take over the Miss Universe Cayman Islands franchise. All right. To make some change. Now, can we talk about Guadeloupe?
Who understood her video? I mean, she talked. I mean, I couldn't understand. Okay, honey, what was your project? I mean, I don't get it. I didn't get it.
I think she's at the wrong pageant. Like, I think she should go for maybe like Miss Earth or somewhere they actually, you know, care about this like eco, like sustainable things. I was a bit like zoned out after I watched the video because I didn't understand what she was talking about. It was like meditation. Like,
I don't think
Indonesia.
anybody
So, like,
does.
yeah, it was like, kind of like,
she was like all over the place.
What are you talking about?
She was
Yeah, it
like,
too messy, and it didn't have a clear, concise project, like a theme for the beauty of the purpose. It's kind of sounded like she was talking about meditation and, you know, going out and doing things. Like, I was like, okay, that's fine, but what is your project? That's just a hobby. That's not actual concrete beauty of the purpose project. How are we helping people? That kind of fell all over the place. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. I think she should compete in Miss Cosmo because it's all about cosmic energy. You know, her advocacy is what? Um, helping people to reach higher consciousness. That's her project. So she's into
Sure.
psychiatry, she's into
Yeah.
astrology, meditation, and whatnot. So I don't know. I don't know if Julia
No.
will appreciate that kind of advocacy. No, she needs to go to Vietnam and compete for Miss Cosmo because Miss Cosmo loves girls like her into astrology, mental stuff, and everything. All right, but I thought she's cute. I thought her presentation was cute. Okay.
Can we talk
Um.
about Miss? I really like a girl from Europe. I don't know if you guys have talked about. I really like Miss Ireland. So Jasmine
Yes,
has to
Ireland.
be one of the strongest from Europe.
Yeah.
Beautiful
I
face
love her
too.
project. I love her head to head. Yeah, like overall, she's very well spoken, and she's into literature, education. So I thought like we had so much in common. So and also personality is so nice. She is so bubbly, so friendly. So I think Ireland could be the content queen of Europe,
Yeah.
except
Mhm.
France. Those two
But
are my
Ireland,
favorites.
I don't know, in her presentation is like she didn't dress well. I don't know how to explain. You know, all the other girls were very, you
Just
know,
too casual.
professionals, you know, but she was like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I was a little disappointed, but I agree with you. I think that even she may have the best Beauty with a Purpose project in Europe.
In
Yes.
Europe, yeah.
Reading some of the comments here. I prefer Vietnam than Philippines as a host country. Antonio, you should go to Thailand to watch Miss Universe. I will feed you jasmine rice, baby, says the beauty Asian queen. Girl, you're so crazy. And Mr. G is asking if Somalia does not allow delegates to participate in pageants, then why was there a delegate representing that country, even though she lives in a different country? Julio, can you answer that question?
Please.
Well, that's very hard to say, but maybe because of the political situation of Somalia and that they don't allow pageants, maybe Miss World decided to give permission to the national director to find a girl from Somalia abroad.
It's interesting too, because Somalia, as a very strict Muslim country, is allowed to participate. But then again, you have Pakistan, which is another predominantly strict Muslim country. Pakistan has never participated in Miss World. I want to know exactly why. But you have another Muslim country, Bangladesh, you know, which participates regularly now, but not Pakistan. So I thought it was very odd. And then Iraq participated, I think, a few times, I believe.
Yes.
And then what else? Has Iran ever participated?
No,
Persia?
not yet.
No, no.
Not yet.
Yeah, no. But maybe one day, they will.
Mm.
Okay.
Let's give our top 10 for each continent. It will be very fun.
What happened to George? Okay, so are we talking about after the beauty with the purpose videos and also the head-to-head challenge? All right, George. So we're gonna give our top
Yes.
10 for each
What
continent,
did I
for each
miss?
region. Are you ready?
Can I skip that part? I feel like I don't have actual list for the like top because I'm waiting for top model. That's when I can decide who will be the next Miss World.
Okay, so
Because top model is the
that's the
place.
next
So,
one.
the girls
Okay,
like wear
Julio, do you want to
dresses.
start?
Yeah.
Okay, my top 10 for each continent. I will start with America. I have Trinidad, Tobago, USA, Brazil, Canada, Chile, Martinique, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Bolivia, and Venezuela. But look out for Guyana.
Okay, those are good choices.
For Africa, I have Somalia, South Africa, Namibia, Cameroon, Zimbabwe, Nigeria, Kenya, Botswana, Uganda, and Madagascar. And possibly Cote d'Ivoire if she does well in the top model competition.
Okay, those are very good choices. Thank you.
For Asia, I have Indonesia. Well, she's already in that top. Then Thailand, India, Vietnam, Australia, Malaysia, Turkey, Philippines, Kyrgyzstan, Lebanon, and possibly Sri Lanka.
Possibly? How dare you say
Possible, right?
possibly?
Yes, because I don't know who I have to take out from the list. Maybe Kyrgyzstan, Sri Lanka. Who knows? Let's see. Let's see what happened tomorrow in the top model competition. And finally, in Europe, I have Estonia, of course. She's already in. France, Wales, Spain, Ireland, Scotland, Czech Republic, Poland, Ukraine, Netherlands, and possibly Belgium.
Okay, those are very good.
Yeah.
I kind of like, yeah, for some reason, Belgium. Oh, what I like about Belgium was the outfit that she
The outfit.
wore
Yes.
doing the head-to-head challenge, and I posted this on my Instagram story with a caption: "Tell me that you're socially conscious without actually telling me that you're socially conscious," because her dress that she wore, it had all these words like hope, fear, love, justice, and whatnot. I love it, and I tagged her, and she shared it in her story.
Oh,
So
nice.
I thought that was really very, very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, Antonio, do you have your list?
I have my list. Just to let you know, that can change because the two most
Yeah.
important top model
course.
and Beauty with a Purpose is coming this week. So
course.
for the Americas, from 10 to 1, 10 Suriname, 9 Cayman Islands, 8 Martinique, 7 Puerto Rico, 6 Guyana. I love Guyana's project. 5 the United States. 4 is Chile, who for me is gorgeous. I love her, and she's a pilot. 3 is Canada, my girl. Number 2 is Trinidad and Tobago, the best from the Caribbean. And number 1 so far is Brazil for me, but mostly because she has been doing very well on the challenge. For Africa, 10 Mauritius. Guys, Mauritius' gorgeous face. Nobody has talked about that.
I don't recall what she looks like.
I don't.
But I
She
trust
has
her.
a very like
I
like
trust
Indian
you.
look. I think
Like Indian look, like
I think
Egyptian.
she's
Yeah.
British.
Mauritius.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Indian face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of Indian girls this year. Yeah.
Yeah. So Mauritius is 10, Zambia is 9, Kenya is 8, Zimbabwe is 7, Botswana, who I love, is number 6, Uganda 5, Cameroon is 4, Namibia, I love 3, South Africa, I agree with you, this is not my number 2. My number 1 for Africa is Somalia, because we talk, why is that? For Europe, is number 10 is Italy, who just was 3rd in talent, Netherlands 9, Germany, who is an amazing speaker, 8. Estonia, I love Estonia's Beauty with a Purpose project, she's 7. Scotland 6, Czech Republic 5, Wales, who also has an amazing project, 4. Ireland 3, is Spain number 2, that she's amazing project as well. And France so far is my number 1 for Europe. And finally for Asia, again, the strongest continent, 10 I have Nepal, who speak wonderful. 9 I have Lebanon. 8 I have Japan, who is extremely smart, apparently. 7 is the Philippines. I love Philippines. 6 is India, the host girl. 5 I have Sri Lanka, who beautiful project, beautiful face. 4 I have Australia. We haven't talked about Australia, who is gorgeous. You know, she has not a very nice project, but she's
Beautiful,
gorgeous. She has Julia Morley type.
She could pull a surprise.
Totally. Number 3 is Turkey, very smart. Number 2 is
Yeah.
Indonesia. She's very talented and speaks amazing. And my favorite for Asia is Thailand. That's my top.
No Vietnam.
Yes, I
have
was
11.
surprised.
I have 11. 11 Vietnam.
No Vietnam.
Yet. I think if she wins Beauty with a Purpose, she will jump.
Okay, my turn. I'm going to start. Okay, I started with 5. but I later added 5 more to make it top 10. But I did not put them in order, so everything is it's random.
Or random.
Okay, my
Okay.
order is random because it's just so hard to rank them in a specific order. So I just gave 10 random. Okay, Americas and the Caribbean, I have Chile, Trinidad and Tobago, USA, my girl, Canada, Cayman Islands, Puerto Rico, Colombia, I still love her, Guyana, Dominican Republic. Nobody talked about Dominican Republic. She was her English was very fast. She was speaking very just like Antonio's English, like
And Spanish.
and Spanish too. But I thought her advocacy was very good. So Dominican Republic and Martinique. I love Martinique. Now for Africa, again in random order, I have Botswana. Botswana people, if you haven't seen Botswana's head-to-head challenge, go
Beautiful
see
face.
it.
Yeah.
Of course.
She reminds me of Aishwarya
Yeah.
Rai. Her face, her composure, the way she speaks. Oh, beautiful. So I wouldn't be surprised if Botswana wins this
Stunning.
world. Who knows? So Botswana, Somalia, Sierra Leone, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Uganda, Zambia, Madagascar, Cameroon, because her national director is a good friend of mine. Hey,
Oh.
Vanessa. and Cote d'Ivoire. Okay. One thing that really annoys me about Cote d'Ivoire, I think George would agree, that she likes to use Facetune on her social media. Okay, she
Not
likes
just
to
Facetune. There's
enhance.
also some video tune because have you seen the
Yes.
videos? Her body looks so long, like she's 7 feet tall. I
Very
don't think it's
elongated, but in
necessary.
person,
Yes.
she's a little thick and she's not that tall. She's like pretty short. She's much shorter. So, Cote d'Ivoire is not going to win because you're not coming across as somebody who's authentic. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Miss World does not like Photoshop, does not
Yeah.
like Facetunes.
No.
You have to be your natural self. But nevertheless, I still like her because I like her advocacy. Okay. So
Yes.
those are my African contenders. Top 10 for Europe. Ireland. The first time I saw Ireland, I thought this girl is gorgeous. She needs to be my list. I love Montenegro. I love Bosnia and Herzegovina. Germany in the beginning I didn't like, but when she gave her head-to-head challenge speech, this girl can talk.
She was
okay.
Great. Yes.
I love her. I love Wales. I love Scotland, France, Moldova because of her face. Estonia. I love Estonia's advocacy. It's very simple. She's just be better. Just be better. Very simple.
Yeah.
And nobody's talking about Finland. I like Finland. Not the most facially attractive, but I like the way she spoke, very calm, very controlled. Okay. She's half Indian, half Finnish. So, okay. So those are my top 10 for Europe. Now, Asia and Oceania in random order: Indonesia, Turkey, Sri Lanka, Vietnam, Philippines, Japan, Thailand, Myanmar, India, and Kyrgyzstan. I don't know if you guys love Kyrgyzstan, but her advocacy about bride kidnapping really touched me.
Yeah, I agree.
That is so
Again,
scary.
It's another is one of those horrible traditions that's still happening. Okay, like FGM in Somalia and now bride kidnapping in Kyrgyzstan. I mean,
Kyrgyzstan.
what kind of people are these people? I don't understand their mentality. I mean, it's like weird, I mean, talk about like women's rights. Obviously, you don't have any women's rights in Kyrgyzstan if you're being kidnapped by somebody just because they like you. Okay, not gonna work in America. Not gonna work in America.
Yeah.
Myanmar, I was very hesitant because even though her video was phenomenal, her head-to-head challenge speech was all over the place. She was very emotional. She was very erratic. And she was like confused. I mean, she's only 17.
Yeah.
She's one of the youngest, I think. She's really only 17. So
Now,
those
guys,
were
I think she is the youngest.
I think he's youngest.
No,
And
Latvia and Myanmar are the two of the youngest. because they're both
Guys,
17.
question for you, but you haven't told who is your, each of you guys, who is your queen of the continent and who is your Miss World and runner-up? Tell me.
For now,
Yeah.
Julio, let's start with you. I don't know. I
Okay.
haven't made up my mind because, again, there's 3 more challenges to go.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
for
far.
Africa, so far, Somalia.
I don't have one.
For Europe, so far, France. From the Americas, I have Brazil, but also I love Trinidad. One of the two.
Okay.
I would say Trinidad.
And Asia?
And from Asia, Thailand, and from Wales.
Yeah, that's the 4. Yeah, and who is your
Yeah.
winner and runner-up?
My winner so far is Somalia, and Thailand, the first runner-up.
Guys, it's incredible. I told you, me and Julio, we think the same. I have my Miss World so far is Somalia. My runner-up is Thailand. Brazil is
Wow.
my queen of the Americas. That's the only thing we don't agree. Brazil is my queen of the Americas, but I have Trinidad and Tobago number 2. My winner from Africa, Europe, like you, is France. So we got 3 or 4, my dear Julio, but the same
Wow.
winner and runner-up.
Okay. All right. Now, for me, continental Queen Africa, I want to say Somalia.
Yeah.
But my concern about Somalia is that her advocacy, again, about FGM is very polarizing. And I cannot imagine her promoting her advocacy in countries where FGM is practiced. That's my concern. Because she will probably get a lot of hatred and a lot of flack from people who still believe in FGM. So that's my only concern. Even if she wins Miss World. So if not her, then I would probably pick either Botswana or Namibia. Because
Okay.
I love both. Now for Europe, I like Ireland very much.
Yeah.
I think she's beautiful. And I also like Montenegro. I think Montenegro's advocacy platform is phenomenal. It's amazing. So, but I also like Scotland.
The red hair, yeah.
Her red hair, Amy Scott. Her last
Yeah.
name is Scott. Okay, Amy Scott, Miss Scotland.
Yeah.
She's redhead.
Scott,
Your
yeah.
typical Scottish girl. Okay, with
Makes
freckles
sense.
and all, And I like her advocacy about multiple sclerosis, MS. Yeah. So I like her. Now for Asia and Oceania, Opal, since she was one of my favorites from Miss Universe, and I was so happy that she was crowned Miss World Thailand. And I've said it before, I hope they pick Thailand as Miss World just to piss off Kun An and Nawat. Okay, but even if that's not the reason, I still think Opal would make an amazing Miss World. Thailand has never won Miss World. Okay, they've sent phenomenal contestants in the past. I think it could be time for Thailand to win the title. Now, if not Thailand, then the other Asian country would be Indonesia. Because I like Monica.
I see it.
I like Monica a lot. And she was phenomenal in her talent. She's one of those very consistent contestants this year. Did you notice, like, among the best friends, you have Indonesia, Philippines, and Vietnam. They always hang out together, all 3 of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't
All 3 of
noticed.
them.
Okay.
Yeah. And sometimes India
That's
would
good.
come along and
Yeah.
they would join them. Yeah. I thought it was very cute. Now with the European girls, I don't see like besties going on. Like I don't see like Ireland hanging out with France or Montenegro hanging out with Slovenia. Nobody wants Slovenia anyway, right? Girl, we don't want to hang out with you. Your video was only 1 minute long, so bye.
And who's your winner in Americas?
Oh, in America, it's either between Brazil or Puerto Rico. But since Puerto Rico already won, I would pick Brazil. And I think Enrique Brazil needs a winner. Not because of Enrique, because of his hard work. But I think this girl is awesome. She's phenomenal. Again, she's very consistent from day one. And she has a real Beauty with a Purpose project. Yeah. And plus she saw the Pope last year, remember? So God is on her side. So George, you don't want to you don't
Yes.
want to try? Just do your top
I'll
10.
keep it a secret
Just
for
for
now because
fun.
like
Come on,
me and
George, do it.
like, Rafa. Okay, I think you guys have mentioned my favorites already. Like pretty much all the girls I have on the list. The only reason I'm kind of putting it back is because me and Rafa were planning to do a second video for the Miss
Yeah,
World
yeah.
with our top 20. So I feel like you kind of like spoil that. That's why I'm hesitant to say it.
But
But
at least
pretty
tell
much
us
all the girls you mentioned.
what girl that we didn't mention maybe is like in your radar because we don't know yet.
I think Wales, you guys didn't really talk too much about. I'm kind of like liking Wales about her project because it's about knife crime. And of course, you guys know, like, I've lived in the UK as well, and knife crime is a huge problem. We don't have gun violence is not a problem, but knife is extremely common. You see that quite often. So I think Wales could possibly be
This
in the
chocolate.
head.
I think it was Karim.
George, can you hear us? Yeah, I think he's
From the
frozen.
top 5. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you repeat, please?
Oh, sorry. I was going to say that I think India, I was kind of surprised that she was excluded from the head-to-head challenge. I thought she would be at least in the
Yeah.
top 5 from Asia
Mhm.
because I really liked her speaking skills and communication skills. So, and also Wales. Did you guys hear that part when I said about Miss Wales?
Yes. I like Wales too. I
Me
really
too.
do. Yeah.
Am I frozen? Hold on. Let me check.
Yeah. So what's gonna happen though with Charlotte, the new English contestant? Are they gonna give her a chance to present her head-to-head speech? Or that's it?
That's
It's
it.
too late. Yeah, it's too
Okay.
late,
I
right?
think I think she will do top model and Beauty with a Purpose.
Okay. And she could still win Miss World, right?
Yeah,
Technically.
technically.
It's not fair. It's not fair for the girls who arrived earlier and had done all the work, Alemão says, Rafa, Brazil is not in your top 10. I mentioned that she is my favorite for the Americas, for the Continental Queen. So that would make her automatically in the top 10. Botswana is going to win. Yes, Wipado says Botswana is going to win. I would be very, very happy if Botswana won because she truly deserves it. I love Philippines too, and Australia is gorgeous. I agree with Antonio. Yeah, for some reason Australia is not doing a lot to me. Maybe because she's in the wrong pageant. She needs to compete in another pageant.
Miss Universe.
Miss Universe.
Yeah.
Yeah. She is a Miss Universe material. The last time Miss World crowned a Miss Universe contestant was in 1979 when Gina Swainson from Bermuda placed first runner-up to Miss Universe and won Miss World 3 months later.
No. Who was the
No?
last one? Afghani was the last one, I think. Julio, you
Who?
know that. Who was the last one?
Oh, Agbani Darego from
Yeah.
Nigeria competed in Miss Universe 2001, and
Yeah.
then she competed later on in Miss World.
Yeah.
And she won Miss World
Yeah, I
2001.
think she's the last one. I think so. Not sure. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
But the
Nevertheless,
closest,
that's
the
a good
closest,
trivia. That's a
the
good
last
trivia.
one who was closest was Bermuda because she was
Yeah, the
first
closest
runner.
was Bermuda. You're right. Yeah.
Mhm.
And of course, we know what happened with other former Miss World contestants who've gone on to win Miss Universe, like Andrea Meza from Mexico, who competed in 2017 Miss World and then won Miss Universe 2020. Catriona Gray was the top 5 in 2016 and won Miss Universe 2018. Yes, but the other way around is kind of like more of a challenge, I think. More difficult.
Yeah.
Somalia will be the African queen or runner-up. I won't see Julia crowning her. Why, Naveed? Why are you saying that? You don't like Somalia? Be honest. Unlike Miss USA, Miss World still runs Miss England. Debbie is just the organizer. Miss World can go on without an English representative. Okay. Interesting. I think Indonesia can win this year. So we all agreed that this year the Asian girls are the strongest. They have the best Beauty with a Purpose videos. They did their homework.
Yep.
They did a very good job doing their homework. They prepared very well with their head-to-head challenge. And I'm really, really looking forward to Asian girls and even African girls killing the top model competition. I'm sure the African girls will do very, very well because, you know, they have the mojo. They have all these, you know, this black girl magic with them. Okay. And they shine everywhere they go. So I really can't wait for the top model. I think top model is my favorite competition of Miss World. You know, I don't care.
Same.
I mean,
I'm hesitant to say anything. Yeah.
Yeah, head to head is fine, but you know, come on.
Yeah.
How much time can you spend like listening to them talk? Now, if the time limit were just 1 minute, then I would have all the patience in the world to sit down and watch and listen to all these speeches. But some of them like 4 minutes long, 6 minutes long. Forget it. Okay. I'd rather do some gardening.
No,
Waste my
there
vegetables.
was some who talked for like 10 minutes, wasn't there?
No, Poland's
way too
Poland's
long.
video was
I like top
11
model.
minutes
Like
long.
it's also they have what you have too long. Like I couldn't understand it. I also they have is a world fashion design round as well that happens to top model. I'm excited to see that too.
Well,
Yeah,
they
See the local designs of the
yeah,
different
they
designers,
posted the
so
pictures.
I'm excited for
the
that.
photo shoots. They had a photo shoot,
Yeah, I've watched. Yeah, I saw it. That
and
was
they
really
posted
nice.
some of the
It's like
nice.
it shows the creativity of of the
Yes,
designers. So like I'm excited for that. That's why I'm not saying anything of my picks, because I think that's when girls shine. You know, when
that's
girls are on the
another
stage
thing.
and they actually can perform, that's when you know who the Miss World is. Yeah.
So okay, viewers, who do you think is going to win Miss World for now? Even though we haven't seen the other competitions first, let us know. Comment below. Let me know who is your favorite for the crown. Are they going to crown another European this year? Is it going to be an Asian queen, an African queen, or a Latina queen? Let me know. Comment below. Okay. And if you're new to this channel, please like, share, subscribe, and help our community grow. This is not only my channel, it's also your channel, it's our channel. So help us grow. Okay. Now, is there anything we missed? I think that's about it, right? We're ready to wrap up.
I just want to give kudos to the Miss World organization because it's the only major pageant that you really learn about their girls' personality and advocacy. And I wish Miss Universe would do that too, like, you know, to know more about the girls. And I asked Enrique, hey Enrique, because last year we couldn't see the presentations, and I asked Enrique, please Enrique, you have to post it this year because that's the essence of Miss World. That's why I love Miss World, because you really know the girls, you know. So I'm just kudos for Miss World because it's really the only pageant that you really get to know the delegates.
Exactly. Just okay. I just want to be transparent. Okay. Julio, Antonio, and I belong to this international pageant chat group. George used to be a member, but he decided to leave. I don't know. I don't know why. George, please come back to our little chat group. And Enrique actually created this chat group. But Enrique, since he now works for the Miss World organization, he had to temporarily leave the group so as not to influence our decision making in selecting our favorites. Okay, so as you know, we're also judges for Global Beauties, and we you know we combine our minds together and we actually really discuss who should belong in the top 10 for each continent and eventually pick the winner. That's how we decide on our favorites and our choices for Global Beauties and stuff. Just to let you know. So Enrique is not influencing any of us, okay? Just to let you know. I think, okay, somebody says it's going to Asia. Wapato says the crown is going to Asia. Woohoo! Maybe it's between Thailand and South Africa. Maybe Sri Lanka can win. maybe Sri Lanka has not won Miss World. Sri Lanka has not won any major pageant, as far as I know. Never.
Only Mrs. World.
Mrs. World does not count. Mrs. World, do you remember that scandal in Mrs. World a couple of years ago? When Mrs.
Wasn't that
Sri
in
Lanka
Sri
won,
Lanka? Like someone like removed the crown.
somebody
Yeah.
pulled her crown,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
really hurt her head, and a few of her hair strands came off, and she had to see a doctor. She was hospitalized for that. How horrible,
That is
terrible that.
scary.
But Mrs. World does not
Yeah.
count. We're only talking about Miss.
It doesn't count.
We're
No,
single
yeah.
women, okay? Janice, you're so bizarre. Keep talking, Antonio. I'm horny. Girl, please control yourself, okay? Antonio, are you single? No, he's not single. He's not single. He's available. He's unavailable, rather.
Unbelievable, yes.
Rafa, invite Roger. Next slide, please. Okay, I thought about Roger, but I think he's doing his own thing. I think he's associated with another pageant page right now. He's a contributor, so he's been very busy. But who knows? I don't think he's really that much of a Miss World fan. He doesn't come across as a big Miss World fan. He prefers Miss Universe, analyzing Miss Universe. But I may be wrong. Okay, let's all wrap it up. Okay, so you guys, thank you so much for watching the show. My adorable, lovely guest, Julio, mi amor, te quiero.
Thank you for the invitation.
Antonito, mi amorch. Georgie Porgy, I can't wait to get together again.
Yes.
In a couple of
talk
days,
about our
so we can
favorites,
talk about our favorites and whatnot. So, viewers, please follow George on his YouTube channel, Pageant Empress, social media, Instagram, Pageant Empress. Julio is Julio Matute Rodriguez on Instagram. Julio Rodriguez Matute on Instagram and Facebook. And Antonio is Tony Toriva. Tony Toriva.
I just posted, just in case.
Tony Toriva on Facebook. Please follow all of us. And of course, Critical Beauty Official on Instagram, Critical Beauty YouTube. Okay. And have a wonderful weekend, guys. It's going to be, I'm so excited. I'm so nervous, actually. Nervous and excitement. I'm so nervous. Even though I have a lot of all these critical stuff about Miss World, I still think the production is good quality. I think they excel in their coronation ceremony. Very solemn, very classy, very elegant. Okay.
Elegant. Yeah.
I just love it. I just hope it's not I just hope I don't doze off like in the past. Okay. So I'm sure it's going to be a
Rafa,
wonderful.
this is not Miss International. You're not going to sleep.
Oh, yes. Miss International is the pageant definitely where you fall asleep. Although I remember when Miss World took place in China, was it in 2003? I forget. It was so boring. I started like dozing off, and the camera panned in the audience, and they shot a Chinese guy slumped in his chair, like, literally snoring. He was like snoring because he was bored watching the show. I thought it was funny. Anyway, have a wonderful
Much
weekend.
hasn't changed.
Thank you again. And thank you guys for watching. And please continue to support Critical Beauty. We will follow us. I will post an announcement about our analysis. We're going to bring back the guys all together after the finals so we can have another discussion. Thank you, Julio. Thank you, Antonio. Thank you, George.
you.
I'll see you
Ciao,
soon.
boys.
Yes.
Ciao.
Good night.